This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day. Wow, man.
I mean, we got to get it going, dude.
I know. You are fired up. You're saying it all day.
Every week.
Ted is a knowledge nerd, so here we are at Big Dummy, and today is the day that we play.
Renowned knowledge nerd.
Renowned knowledge nerd, yes. The game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel.
Oh, now you want it?
That was actually the time. So we'll spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. Now, here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Pam, who thought the Dalai Lama was a petting zoo's newsletter and found a way to answer 14 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To make a test and play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Now, with the MLB app, you can get baseball your way. Pick your favorite team, your favorite players, and get customized highlights, stories, and breaking news right on your home feed. Follow the action with Game Day, where 3D replays add another dimension. Plus, notifications can keep you connected to every pitch, every hit, every game. The MLB app. Baseball your way. Download it now for free from the App Store or Google Play. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the tolls, away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4178. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The head chef is back. 10 tomato potatoes. Best cereals of all time. Steve, I know for a fact that you yourself have an all-time favorite cereal that you talk about at great lengths.
Yeah, it's kind of the breakfast of the gods. It goes back to Greek days. We call it Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And since you have brought this up, it seems like over the past decade or so, Cinnamon Toast Crunch has branched out into about 15 different incarnations of ways that you can taste the deliciousness of
Oh, my
the flavor.
God. And everything they've got, people forward me the stuff on it. There's a coffee creamer. There are cookies. There's some kind of ice cream.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
Because it's delicious. I mean, look, man, if you like cinnamon and sugar, and I don't know anyone who does not, like, it's just a cereal of cinnamon and sugar.
And trust me, this list is not the healthiest cereal.
All right, okay.
Because, again, it's the favorites.
All right, so have you ever gone back And, I don't know, picked up a box of the Captain Crunch. Peanut Butter Crunch, regular Captain Crunch.
You know what? Not Crunch Berries, but...
Crunch Berries.
I did Captain Crunch, probably about 10 years ago. And I will say this about Captain Crunch. It's a good cereal. Like, it is good, but honest to God, it rips open the inside of your mouth.
Does.
So, I don't remember being a kid and caring about that kind of thing, but as an adult, I'm like, I can't eat this because I might as well eat fiberglass.
So should we lean sugar on this one to Ted, or is there a possibility of, I don't know.
Grape nuts? No.
Yeah, I mean, just some of the tried and true, the
there's
Cheerios
a lot
of the world.
There's a lot of cereals on this list, so some of them aren't the worst, but the heavy hitters, the top 10 are all.
Yeah, classics.
Right, because this is the people's favorite cereals.
Okay.
All right. So they're going to be good.
Yeah, like Thrill's not wrong. I'll just leave it at that.
Best milk first, cereal first.
I do cereal first.
Cereal first.
I do cereal first as well.
Milk first is psychopath material.
I think it is. It just makes no sense to me. Not that it matters, but to me, that makes no sense.
It keeps the cereal a little less soggy, is what the theory on it is.
What, if you had the milk first?
If you add the milk first, because the cereal is sitting on top and it doesn't necessarily soak in immediately. Where if you pour the milk on...
Look, man, this would be my advice. Buy a cereal you like. It doesn't have time to get soggy.
Okay.
I haven't had a soggy Cinnamon Toast Crunch Square in a long, long time.
Best cereals of all time, coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you today? Updated locations on the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. We do have some spots for you if you're headed to see the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers tonight at T-Mobile Park. And also today, it is the game, we play the game known as Big Dummy. Easy game to play. Spin that category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or not sober. Our biggest dummy has been Pam. Took her 13 questions to get one right. I would like to do a little Men's Room poll, which we put up if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. Last time that we did the poll, we asked you to pick one to lose. So you're going to lose one of these things. Will it be lose your sense of taste? Mm-hmm. The other, lose your sense of touch. Also included, lose your sense of smell. And finally, to be stuck in space, as those astronauts are
still there.
Still up there in the International Space Station.
Although the Boeing Starliner's back.
It did make it back.
It is
All right,
back,
good.
Yeah. They're still up there, but the ship itself is back.
And the landing was one of the first dry landings, I believe, of a module. So that was, at least that they succeeded in the idea of being able to do that and land it in the desert in New Mexico.
It's weird reading about it, right? Because they're like, look, we kind of even hit our bullseye target. For where we wanted to land it. That's very good. It obviously made it back. But when asked, like, would the astronauts have been safe inside, there's no, like, real definitive answer. It's like, it's a yes or no question. And the answer is kind of like, yeah.
Well, was there a leak in
I don't know. Who knows? I just think it's better they didn't get in.
So here's how the results shook down if you voted there. Coming in at fourth place, you said at 5%, you would pick to lose touch. Now, that includes sex and everything else.
Yeah,
Obviously, if you can't feel anything, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to go through life. Coming in at third place, 13% of you said you would lose your taste buds and not be able to taste food ever again. Only 13%.
I understand both arguments of that. Like, the food you like, it's a tour de force. It makes you happy. The flip side is people like me, I don't necessarily eat unhealthy, but the things that are definitely considered healthy, I hate them all. So I would certainly eat healthier if I could not taste them.
You'd also be a terrible cook.
That is very well, but here's the thing. You might be a terrible cook, but here's the beauty. No one would ask you to cook for them.
No, you might nail it every once in a while, but if you added too much, you name it.
Don't
Salt,
know.
Whatever the deal is, you have no
bad.
idea. 40% of you at second place said if I could pick one of these, it would be stuck in space until 2025. And number one, 43% overwhelmingly said lose your sense of smell. Well, kind of tied up with stuck in space. So it was either lose your sense of smell
or be stuck in space.
Or to be stuck in space until next year. So that was the Men's Room poll. Okay, this week on the poll, going to have a little fun. And I don't know how many of our listeners or people in this room have been involved with sex with more than one person at the same time.
Yeah.
Steve, I know you said
22nd birthday.
Way back.
Sadly, 22nd birthday. I am now 55. I'll let you do the math on that. But the beauty of this is they were both named Jennifer. So it didn't really matter.
Jen or Jennifer?
Both went by Jen. But
all right, okay. All right, but
Jen and Jen.
That was a great night, I guess.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was so good when I had like 4 or 5 roommates at this time. And after my night had ended, I'm now returning home. It's probably 2:30 in the morning. Everyone's dead asleep, so I'm tiptoeing in the house, not trying to wake anyone up. I get to the top of the stairs where my bedroom is, and catty-cornered to my room, my buddy Tony, the door swings open as though I have committed some crime. You want a threesome? I'm like, well, yeah, man, it's my birthday. This chick arranged it. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with this. You didn't invite me? I'm like,
that would not be a threesome.
No.
that is a foursome, and you have a penis. No. I'm like, I would have invited your girlfriend.
Right.
But no, I did not invite. He was mad at me for like 3 days. I'm like, I don't understand our friendship.
Well, why can't you have fun?
I was like, it's my birthday.
I mean,
his birthday is 2 weeks before me. I'm like, hook
if
it
you don't
up.
watch any random person do that, just get on Pornhub. But if your friend does it, that's different. You're excited for it.
But also, his girlfriend was a smoke show. And I'm like, man, your birthday's 2 weeks before mine. I know she hooked you up a different way. You didn't invite me in there. I'd love to have sex with your girlfriend.
Ted, have you ever been with two people at the same time?
I have, but that was my 30th birthday at the Bunny Ranch. So, like, I have, but it doesn't count the same as I paid for it.
So, I
don't think it matters. I know what you're saying, but, like, bro,
I don't think that
a
matters.
lot of people could pay for it. Not a lot of people have paid for it. But just like me, it was a birthday treat.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Like, I had to hit a milestone for this to
Everybody
happen.
who has sex pays for it one way. Whether it's in a crappy
Eventually.
relationship, whatever the deal is, even if it's just one-on-one and you paid for it, but you still had sex.
Yeah. Which was
So,
the goal.
I consider it, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just saying it's not like people are like, it's like, I will say this, it has a caveat. It's not like I'm out there, it's not like I'm out there just picking up 3 chicks in one night.
Well, but you're not Barry Bonds. I mean, it's not the same. But you did do 3 women at once.
Correct.
So you did a threesome and a foursome.
No, I guess just the foursome, because there was 3 of them. So it was kind of.
So you've never really done a threesome.
Yeah, oh, well, look at you. You haven't done one.
I haven't.
No,
Ted's done a foursome.
Wah, wah.
But there was one too many.
How
What do
was
you
one
mean?
too many?
Too much to handle?
I mean, I only have so many body parts.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Was there just kind of, did they just tag in, or are they all kind of getting involved?
Yeah, there's like competitions.
Could the other 2 tell who the favorite was?
Well, yes.
All right.
Because eventually, it's an hour long. Eventually, the other 2 left. It was just kind of me and the one.
Yeah.
They left in the middle of it?
Not in the middle of it, but it was just like.
Our time here is done.
I mean, look, full disclosure, like, I was nervous.
Sure.
Right? So it's hard to get places.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so eventually they were like, all right, well, time's almost up. So then, yeah, shocking. It was just me and the super hot blonde.
Basically, it's not that the restaurant's closed, but we're cleaning the kitchen.
Right.
Correct.
You should have ordered food 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm not going to ask you. I just have a feeling that you haven't been put in that.
Mike was in a
circumstance.
threesome this morning.
Yeah, it's every Thursday, dude.
If it wasn't in scouting.
Every Thursday.
If it
Every
wasn't-
Thursday.
if it wasn't
Threesome
in-
Thursday.
If
Yeah.
it wasn't
right.
in scouting, I can't imagine what could have happened.
You didn't get that. That's why you're not an Eagles fan.
Exactly.
That was his final merit badge.
Exactly. That was his Eagle project.
Oh, no.
What'd you think the sash was for, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Clean yourself off.
Choking.
God.
It's for choking.
Oh, no. Follow us in this room. It's time for your review.
Yeah. I haven't either, so I can't help you on that one. But today on the Men's Room Poll, you are going to be in a 3-way.
Yeah.
All right? We are going to give you 4 options of who will join you in the 3-way. The third party in this, I'll leave that to your imagination.
Maybe the person of your dreams. Doesn't matter.
Whoever you want it to be, that's fine. But you need to tell us and you need to justify why you want one of these 4 people to be involved in your 3-way. Okay? So, choice number 1, we go back to the cereal well and the head chef. That would be Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, yes.
My pants are already off.
Just to give you a little history on the captain, as you know,
This
cereal.
ain't my first dance, ladies.
Captain Crunch is a corn and oat breakfast cereal manufactured by Quaker Oats since 1963. Since the original
I was
product
waiting for 69, but they wanted to get it out there.
was introduced, marketed simply as Captain Crunch, Quaker Oats has since introduced numerous flavors and seasonal variations, some for a limited time. My favorite is, in fact, Peanut Butter Crunch in the Captain Crunch family.
Is it still out? Did they just? I remember as a kid we got it a few times.
Yep.
All right.
Believe it or not, the character was created by Alan Burns, who was famous. He was known for co-creating The Munsters and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. So the guy that made Captain Crunch also did The Munsters.
So did I.
Yeah. The product line is heralded by a cartoon mascot named Captain Crunch.
Horatio.
He is depicted as a late 18th century naval captain. Now, just so you know, just 4 months ago, he is now depicted on cereal boxes with the 4 bars of a naval captain. So after 61 years, he has finally been promoted to captain. At one point in time, he had 1 stripe on his sleeve. Then they made it 2. Then they made it 3. Still not a captain. Now he is officially a captain after 61 years of being in the Captain Crunch Navy. Commercials feature the adventures of Captain Crunch, commanding the good ship Guppy on its sea voyages, accompanied by his canine first mate. Captain, who's your dog?
I don't know.
Sea Dog.
Jesus.
Sea Dog.
And a loyal crew of sailor children. Do you know the child labor that runs
I remember
Guppy?
the commercials because he always bitched about the dog.
Alfie, Dave, Brunhild, and Carlisle.
They're now in an orphanage.
Yeah. Gene Lafoot, a.k.a. the Barefoot Pirate, is Captain Crunch's arch nemesis and often attacked the Guppy in order to steal its cargo of Captain Crunch cereal. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, the character Horatio Magellan Crunch captains the Guppy and was born on, where were you born?
Milk Island.
Crunch Island.
Crunch Island.
In the Sea of Milk or something like that.
In the Sea of Milk.
Thank you.
With talking trees.
I mean, that just makes sense.
It does.
Crazy creatures, and the tallest mountain on Crunch Island is
Don't know.
Mount Crunchmore. It is made entirely out of Captain Crunch cereal. Captain Crunch's original animated television commercials use the slogan, "It's got corn for crunch, oats for punch, and it stays crunchy even in
And
milk."
milk, yes, of course.
So Captain Crunch is the first person that you can bring in to your three-way.
I can tell you already, he's in.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, man.
You make him dirty.
I don't make him dirty. I'm channeling the inner Captain. But that's the problem. All I think now when I see Captain Crunch is that he is drunk and he is dirty.
Yep. The next choice to invite into a three-way, that would be Captain Morgan, a brand of flavored rums, including in Europe some rum-flavored premium spirit drinks produced by a British alcohol conglomerate, Diageo. It is named after the 17th century Welsh privateer of the Caribbean, Sir Henry Morgan. So this is a real human being. In 1944, the Seagram Company started manufacturing Captain Morgan brand of rum. Then, in 1984, they struck gold by introducing Captain Morgan Original Spiced Rum.
Yep.
Spiced rum, Captain Morgan as we know it, has only been around since 1984. Captain Morgan is just a regular rum. I am not sure in my life I've ever seen an original bottle of Captain Morgan.
I mean, predominantly spiced rum, but yeah.
It's not spiced rum.
Yeah.
In 2014.
Was that different than like silver?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So used to, like back in the day, there was a lot of Captain. I knew a lot of people that drank Captain, and it used to just be like the spiced rum, and then there was a clear bottle. I feel like it was silver. Then they came out with like Parrot Bay.
Right, of course. Yeah.
By the way, Captain Morgan has been to court before. In 2014, he filed a lawsuit against Admiral Nelson.
Oh no!
Yes, he did. Captain Morgan sued Admiral Nelson, and he won the lawsuit in 2017. So choice number two.
That makes sense because I don't think I've had Admiral Nelson since like 05. Yeah. Mike, I don't know if you ever drank the Admiral. He was right. He's not a captain, and there was something else that was just a little different.
Yeah. Next up on the list of who you bring into a threesome, that would be Captain Hook, or Captain James Hook, as we know him, the main antagonist of the 1904 play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Would Not Grow Up, in which he is Peter Pan's arch enemy. The character is a pirate captain of the Jolly Roger. His two principal fears are the sight of his own blood, supposedly an unnatural color, and the crocodile who pursues him after previously eaten Captain Hook's hand that was cut off by Peter Pan. An iron hook replaced his severed hand.
How is Captain Hook the bad guy?
And has been given the pirate name.
If you chopped
Captain
off
Hook.
my hand, I got news for you. I'd be a little crotchety and probably come after you.
Well,
too.
I think as you get older, much like you did in watching The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of gain that same respect. Like Captain Hook's just trying to do his thing.
You chopped his hand off.
Do you realize that Captain Hook, although the name is not the official name of the pirate, is named after an actual pirate, but they're not letting you know who that pirate was. So a lot of his mannerisms, adventures, and stuff were based on an actual pirate.
Really?
All right, that had a hook that was taken off. His arm was taken off. In the novel, Hook was not his true name. That was true. To reveal who he really was would, even at this date, set the country in a blaze. So if you knew who Captain Hook really was,
Right.
people would burn the place down. He is said to be Blackbeard's son and the only man of whom Barbecue was afraid. Who was Barbecue? If you go to Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, Long John Silver goes by Barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah. Barbecue.
Yes, the book relates the Peter Pan ongoing rivalry between the two. Basically, is when Peter Pan fed the pirate's hand to the crocodile.
Again, Captain Hook, not really the douchebag.
Yeah, he's just a pirate, so he probably, got involved in something there that ended up with his hand lost.
And at the same point in time, Peter Pan also threw a clock or a watch or whatever.
Tick-tock.
Exactly. Into the crocodile.
So Captain Hook really can't watch 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
I hate it.
But the ticking clock also warns Hook of the presence.
Yeah.
Hook is described as having a handsome figure, an elegance of diction. Captain Hook, in the word, is the handsomest man I've ever seen. At the same time, perhaps slightly disgusting. Although Hook is callous and bloodthirsty, it makes it clear that these qualities make him a magnificent pirate and not wholly unheroic. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for a good-looking person to bring in, unfortunately he's got a hook on his hand, Captain Hook. And finally, on the choices of who you would bring in for a threesome, we have Captain Kangaroo, the American children's television series that aired weekday mornings on American Television Network on CBS for 29 years, from 1955 to 1984, making it the longest-running nationally broadcast children's television program of its day. Captain Kangaroo, played by Bob Keeshan, who had a very thick mustache.
Yes, he did.
He also had a very dark sense of humor and was
very
somewhat
lewd, very lewd.
Dirty, so to speak. Captain Kangaroo had a loose structure built around the life of the treasure house where the captain would tell stories, meet guests, and indulge in silly stunts and regular characters. One of the regular characters, Bill Cosby, who appeared on the show for 8 consecutive years. So our men's room poll. You're going to do a three-way. Which captain do you pick? Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo? We'll take a break and come back with Big Dummy next.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Where we go to this game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant ready to play the big game?
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Chris, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
Chris, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. You're going to have a three-way. Will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
Well, if I'm in a London Bridge, anybody, I might as well be drunk for it.
So, Captain Morgan.
I think that's how Captain Morgan's going to win a lot of this poll.
What's that?
You just assume he's got a boatload of rum there, too.
Sure, but I also feel like of the captains available, he's going to do me the most dirty.
He's also stunningly handsome.
That's
so
what
it
I'm
might
saying,
be like
right.
what you were dealing with, but the reverse. The person you're with does not want to have anything to do with you because
Captain
Morgan's the man.
Right, because I'm bringing the third person.
Right. That was the reason why I avoided him, because he, no matter what, he's going to outperform me. He's better looking. He's probably better at sex.
And he's drunk.
And he's he's bringing the drunk.
Yeah, and he's bringing rum. You're going to lose to him every time. But a fine choice, Chris. That's what we're saying.
Sure.
All right. Here is your question. What element, number 50 on the periodic table, is extracted from the ore cassiterite? Number 50 on the element table, and I believe it's SN is how it's represented on the periodic table.
SN?
SN, yes.
Oh. That takes out... I'm just going to guess uranium.
Do the letters reflect the name? So like
one of the letters do.
Like lead is PB. So
right.
One does.
Uh-huh.
Is it the first one or the second letter?
Second one. N is in the name. S is not.
I don't know.
10.
Oh, well, yeah. I thought you meant it started with it.
All right, your question. What is the more common name for the human tympanic membrane? The human tympanic membrane.
Human tympanic membrane.
Tympanic
wow,
is
you're
probably the
bringing
biggest
hard
hit.
questions here, man. Human tympanic membrane. Oh my gosh, you got me on that one. You're really bringing the hard questions on me.
The clue would be in tympanic.
Ask it again.
What is the more common name for the human tympanic membrane?
Oh, my God.
Like I said, tympanic is part of, think of an orchestra.
Yeah, I was thinking timpani drum.
The eardrum.
The eardrum, yep.
Oh, my God.
Drum.
All right, your question. Which of the so-called big cats cannot retract its claws?
Not retard. Cheetah.
Got it. How did you know that, Chris?
Yeah, man.
That's impressive.
Because I know that they have to always keep their claws out for traction when they run.
Yeah, they've got four-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
I bet they're all covered in Cheeto dust.
Oh, every single one of them, yeah. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, sober.
All right, Justin, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, we're going to do a three-way. Are you taking Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo to join?
You know, time flies when you're having rum.
There you go. Time flies when you're having rum.
Captain Morgan's loving this. All right, Justin, here is your question. What nation is home to the Komodo dragon? It's the same country that has the second most earthquakes a year.
Oh, Komodo dragon. Okay. It's an island country, yeah?
It's a several island country, yeah. Multiple island country.
Oh, let's see here.
That's the guess. That's
I'm going to say the island of Komodo, but that's probably wrong.
I mean, Galapagos? That's a safe guess. Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia.
Mm-hmm. All right, a multiple choice question for you. Hyundai, Kia, Mazda, or Subaru? Which car manufacturer's name translates to wisdom in Persian? Hyundai, Kia, Mazda, or Subaru?
Let's go ahead and go with Mazda.
nice.
It's Mazda.
Yes, indeed.
Sounds like it should be Kia.
You think so? One thing seems like a lot of Persian words. You get a lot of Z's in there.
Right, I was between Kia or
Shazam,
Mazda.
Kazam, Mazda, right? So
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Matt, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, sober Matt, welcome to the program. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to take a three-way. We'll be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Morgan, just because I don't know why, but rum always have a good. I always have good sex when I'm like drunk on rum. So there we go.
All right.
If I'm going to have a three-way, I just assume I'm going to have good sex, but whatever. I had a little rum.
What alcohol do you have bad sex with?
Whiskey, I guess.
Yeah, we all run to the same Brahma whiskey.
Okay. See, to me, it's tequila.
Really?
But I think
Did
it's...
you get TD? Because
I almost think it's a mental thing, though. I could literally have a beer and a shot of tequila, and I'm like, well, can't have sex.
You've already convinced it. It's already done.
Yeah. I'm dead serious. It's probably mostly in my head, but yeah.
Just to C-block you sometime. Hey, Ted, how to get your shot of tequila? If I see you talking to some hot chick.
Yeah, right. God damn it.
But I'm going to buy you both a shot. You see, that way she'll be like, come on, Ted, let's do it. All right, multiple choice question for you, Matt. Grover Cleveland, James Buchanan, Andrew Jackson, or FDR? Who is the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms?
Can you repeat the options real quick again?
Yes, I can. Grover Cleveland, James Buchanan, Andrew Jackson, or FDR?
Andrew Jackson. I really have no idea.
The man who invented the Stanley Steamer, Grover Cleveland. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Oh, Grover.
Oh, Grover. What a great name.
Remember who was between his non-consecutive terms?
Oh, man. I don't know.
I feel like it was McKinley. It might be Harrison. Hang on, I'll double
What?
check.
You asked me this, see? That's a setup. Do you
I
know
was
who
so
it was?
confident.
I don't. All right. Your question, what was Bach's middle name?
Box?
Actually, I don't know.
Bach. Yeah.
Like Bach. Like the
composer, Bach.
Yeah.
Benjamin Harrison.
Eli. I have no idea.
Sebastian?
Sebastian.
What's his first name?
Johann.
All right.
Johann Sebastian Bach. So then Skid Row comes along. There's Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
And now I can't say Bach anymore for that Family Guy clip you showed us, Mike. Without smiling. I'm not.
Always finish on.
Don't do it.
All right, your question. How many suspects are there in the board game Clue?
5?
6. Can you remember them all, Mike? There's Colonel Mustard.
There's Colonel Mustard. There's Professor Plum. There's Mr. Green. There's Mrs. Peacock. There's Miss Scarlet, and there's Mrs. White.
Well done. Well done. All right. Your question. In the nursery rhyme, The Wheels on the Bus, the people on the bus go what?
Shut the...
Oh, crap. I should know this because my sister just had a kid like a little less than a year ago, and there's this stupid baby show that she watches, and I sing that song all the time.
All baby shows are stupid baby shows. Trust me.
Hold on. Let me think. I don't know. They wave or something?
No,
Up and down?
They go up and down because they're having sex on the bus, Matt. See, they don't point that out. The moms go shush, 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 Mike.
Okay.
It's just the mothers. The fathers.
just quieting each other.
All the people, they're going up and down. The bus ain't even moving, brother.
Good shocks on this
Yeah, you know what kind of bus that is, don't you, Ted?
Yeah. I say, my cousin Patrick and I think we got thrown off a bus in Disney World once for singing that song too loudly.
In Disney World.
The bus.
Yes.
You have, what is it? It's a small world after all, but you can't sing The Wheels on the Bus?
Right.
Come on.
Well, they used to have
Wheels on the bus.
like an adult-only section of Disney World.
Oh.
We may have been coming from that back to the resort we were staying at, and we're a little singful.
It's a whimsical song.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Question 5, Matt.
Question number 5. What type of beer's name is German for storeroom?
Style or brand?
Style. Style of beer.
A stout?
Hefeweizen.
Lager. Yeah, lager. By the way, Mike, they say in the board game Clue, there's no Mrs. White anymore.
Yeah, they updated the names.
When did they do that?
There's a Miss Scarlet, Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock. She was
Mr.
Colonel
Green.
Mustard still there?
Colonel Mustard's still there.
All right.
Professor Plum's still in there. Mr. Green, and then Dr. Orchard.
Okay, he's the new one. I never heard of this frickin' doctor.
Yeah, there's...
Germany, famous for their beer. That's why when you're there, most of the bars only have signs for one beer or another.
Right.
Because you had to keep beer in caves to keep it good.
Right.
And you had to drink it quickly and locally.
Okay, so yeah, lager being storeroom. All right, Matt, your question. Which rabbit was the hero of Beatrix Potter's stories?
What? I don't know. Peter Rabbit? I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Oh, I mean, how many other rabbits? There's the Trix Rabbit.
Brer Rabbit.
The Easter Bunny. What does it do? The Briar Rabbit?
Brer Rabbit.
Well, we can all say it. It's Brer Rabbit.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs, but yeah, probably the most popular rabbit. Trix Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Energizer Bunny.
Playboy Bunny.
Playboy Bunny. Sure. Ooh, strong.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Was there ever any actual, this is the Playboy Bunny? I get there was a bunch of Playboy Bunnies.
Well, you can be
technically Marilyn
Playmate
Monroe.
of the month, then you would be Playmate of the year.
Right.
I don't know if they did
The
a Playmate
bunnies,
of the
but
decade.
the bunnies were at the club.
Right, they were actual people. They weren't mascots, per se.
No. They were women in corset, one.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, you know what they look like.
I'm aware of the bunnies.
But I don't know that there's one. They were all Playboy
Right,
bunnies.
Chester P. Bunny or something.
But if you
like
look
that,
at if you look at the cover, Marilyn Monroe has bunny ears on.
Yes.
So she was one of the first
bunnies.
Bunnies to have ears on the cover.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, but I think she's the most iconic.
Of course.
Yeah,
So it's kind of hard.
Marilyn Monroe.
It's kind of hard not to say that she's not the symbol of it.
Wasn't Anna Nicole Smith also a Playboy bunny?
Yep.
Okay.
But again, right. But the bunny itself is just a cocktail waitress to work at the
Yeah,
clubs.
had the ears on and all the rest.
I mean, I think most of them over time wear the bunny costume or outfit.
Yeah, outfit. I feel like
Or people ask him to.
Yeah. Hello, Logan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola! Logan, are you sober or not sober?
Sober. And barely not sober.
Sober or not sober, Logan?
Sober or not?
Sober.
Okay.
Sober.
Gotcha. All right, Logan. Men's room poll, you're going to do it three ways. It's going to be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo.
I'm going to have to go with Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think there'd be a lot more Captain Crunch if you hadn't kind of skewed his, because now he's a freak.
No, I disagree. I think I have helped his cause. We're doing a three-way. The Freaky Deaky showing up, man. Things are about to get
I'm just
good.
saying, before you take the character, Captain Crunch is actually, the fairly docile guy. He's just eating crunch berries over here. Well, you two are getting it on.
That's who you'd invite over?
I mean, he's
Yeah,
also
right.
bringing food.
Yeah.
I might need to refuel.
Bam!
That's a good point, man.
Part of this complete mid-sex snack.
Yeah. Complete private. Just finished eating that first.
I think a lot of it, too, is you got to figure out which captain will listen to directions, right? Opposite ends. Don't touch my thigh.
Okay.
Captain Morgan's not listening.
Right.
He
Captain
rests his
Morgan-
hand on your thigh and just smile at you the whole time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you got to figure out which captain is actually going to stick to the plan and the rules.
That's it, Ted. Put your back into it.
By the way, people are pointing out we forgot the Nesquik money.
Yep.
And Roger Rabbit, of course.
And the next Quick Bunny, I think his name is just Quick.
I
I think you're right.
I would choose Roger Rabbit if his wife was getting into it. If that was
Jessica Rabbit?
You damn straight.
Yeah.
My problem with Captain Hook is you can't high five him during sex.
You can just use the other hand.
I mean,
But that hook might come in handy.
yeah, but you might forget what hand this was.
Oh, it's Quickie.
Quickie? Oh, I'd invite him. He'll be down in a heartbeat.
I've seen rabbits have sex in my yard. He's not kidding.
I told my buddy talking about his pet rabbit, this thing simply ejaculates at you to tell you it doesn't like you. Like this rabbit looks at if it doesn't know you, it's just like for real? It's like, yeah, man. Doesn't use a little paws or nothing. Like it just happens. All right, Logan, here is your question. What did Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon discover in Egypt in 1922?
The pyramid.
The tomb of King Tutankhamun.
Yes, indeed. King Tut. Mm-hmm. They call him Tutankhamun because he commonly farted.
I'm about to say, is that just a name for a similar fart?
I don't know. I mean,
We
did
have
they
a
read the
Tutankhamun.
hieroglyphics? Did they just come up with the name? Did they open the thing and it smelled like sulfur? And they're like, ooh, Tutankhamun. All right, Logan, in badminton, how many points typically win a singles game?
11.
21. And since you did so well on that question, how many points are typically needed to win a game of pickleball?
I'd have to go with 11.
It is 11.
Yes, indeed.
I've still not played pickleball.
I did it when we went to Delaware a couple of weeks ago at pickleball court at the place we're at. I'm like, I'll give it a try. Completely addicting.
I came into town.
It's
one
awesome.
morning.
I'm telling you, Miles, you will. I don't know that
You would
you'll
love
stop playing golf. You will start. If you start playing, you will get into it.
I got off Denny on to get on to 5th, where the monorail runs.
Yeah.
They put in pickleball courts out there. It's pouring down rain.
Really?
And there's guys out there just absolutely going after it.
Dude, it's an addicting game.
They put it right there on the corner downtown. I was like, I'll be damned, man. Pickleball court. That's pretty cool.
It's a fun game.
I believe
it really
it.
is.
I believe
It is
it.
awesome.
Yeah, it's just you got to be just athletic enough. Even if you
enough.
aren't. You know what I mean? Like there's people that are really good at it, but you could also sit there and just kind of play it too.
Mm-hmm. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel a game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
How'd you like to be a VIP for the Halloween Hullabaloo? Down at the ShoWare Center, it is easy to do. Just head to KISW.com. Give a little blood tomorrow. Do some good. As we'll have the folks at Bloodworks Northwest
yes.
set up out front from 9 until 3. You need to sign up to stop by and give blood at KISW.com.
Yeah.
And that gives you a shot to win tickets to the show VIP style. Space is limited, so you do need to schedule your appointment to donate. And the link is there at KISW.com. Again, that is tomorrow from 9 until 3 at the ShoWare Center. All right, the game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant? Ready to play the big game.
Hello, Julia. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy!
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Julia, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Julia, welcome to Big Dummy. All right, Julia, good news. You get to bring one of these in for a three-way. Will it be Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Hook.
Taking Captain Hook.
You say that with authority.
Well, they said he was the most handsome man in all the world.
Yeah.
Well, I think I could invite Tinkerbell along for the third one.
Hey, it's up to you, man. It's your fun.
I like where you're coming from, Julia. Tinkerbell can do many things with that size. Where's Tinkerbell? She's here. You just can't see her.
If you watch The Boys, you would not want something small like that.
Well, depends.
Yeah. Well, this all depends. Anyways, okay, are we going to do this? I'm so excited. I have been wanting to do this ever since I've listened to your show. Every Thursday, like clockwork, I listen to this.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
Is that use Tinkerbell as a sex toy or actually play Big Dummy? We just want to be very clear.
Oh, I'm sorry, to play Big Dummy.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I like your Tinkerbell idea.
That would be a good use for her.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about it that way.
I did. That was my first thought.
Yes, you did.
Go where the sun don't shine. All right, Julia. Here is your question. What is the two-letter abbreviation for the state of Missouri?
Oh, thank you for having me on your show. I've had so much fun with you guys. I believe it's M.O.
It is, but hold on. We got one more question for you, Julia.
We got another question. We have, if you get one and done, we give you a 50-50 question. All right, so true or false, butterflies taste with their wings. True or false?
False.
Wow. Julia, nice debut there. Very good.
Do you know what they taste with?
Their antennae.
Their feet.
Their feet.
Which would suck, man. I mean, I get it. You're landing on flowers, but every once in a while, you know, they'll land on the front porch. That has to taste horrible. Dogs walking on there, drooling, squirrels pooping everywhere. Besides, I would not want to taste with my feet.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hey, you're right, because we get a choice of what we put in our mouths.
That is correct, but I can't always determine where I step. Think about when you step in dog crap, or people that have stepped on a slug barefoot. Like, imagine, like, you also get to taste it. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Tom, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to do a three-way. Tom, will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I think Captain Kangaroo. I think he'd be most likely to go No, I'm good. You guys do your thing. I'll just watch.
I think you should probably do some research on the man who played Captain Kangaroo, because I got to tell you, you are absolutely wrong.
Oh, he might be the guy in the chair in the corner for a little while.
Right.
But he ain't going to stay there.
Yeah. His pants are down. He's going to join you at some point.
He's not German.
Yeah, he's, I think he'd want to be actively involved. All right, Tom, here is your question.
He's so strange, though. I don't think Tom's wrong. He might be like, I just want to watch.
But see, when you say it like that, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, you're right.
I want to watch.
Let's see if somehow that's better. Like, okay. All right, here is your question, Tom. What is the capital of the Philippines?
I believe Manila.
Yes, one and done again.
Another one and done. All right, before we let you go, true or false, Mount Fuji in Japan is an active volcano?
True.
There's another one. Okay.
Killing.
Nice job.
Big Dummy.
Hello, Zach. Welcome to the men's room.
Zach, sober, not sober. Oh, you sound like crap, to be honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, no, I'm sick, so I do sound like crap. But
I think it's your phone, Zach.
I'm sorry?
I think it's your phone.
Here, let me do something real. Okay.
Oh, much
okay,
better.
Zach, much better. Sober, not sober.
Okay. Not sober.
All right, Zach, welcome to Big Dummy. Who are you doing your three-way with? Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I think I got to go with Captain Hook because in the heat of passion, I got to ask him a couple of questions about who he's really inspired by.
Okay. And no better time to have a conversation with another man than during a three-way.
We're in this together. At this point, it's like, all right, let's just get this out the way.
Are you a mead guy?
Right. Ask about my 401k since you're here.
Exactly.
All right, Zach.
I am a mead guy.
You are a mead. Of course you are. All right, Zach, here's your question. It's multiple choice. What musical artist was the first to license every track on an album for use in TV, movies, and commercials? Was it Cher, Madonna, Moby, or Adele? Cher, Madonna, Moby, or Adele, first musical artist to license every track on an album for use in TVs, movies, and commercials.
Was it Moby?
Yeah, it was Moby every day.
It was the album Play.
Another one and done.
Another one and done. But before we let you go, let's see here. 50-50 question for you. True or false? Galapagos tortoises can go up to 1 year without food or water.
That is true.
That's a long time.
It's got to be true just because how long they live.
They live,
I want to say the oldest
50
tortoise
years or something.
Oh, even longer than that. I want to say the oldest tortoise is over 300 years old.
Didn't they just find out kind of recently?
Yeah.
What is the oldest animal? Was it that whale shark or something like that? Or
probably a Greenland shark.
Greenland shark,
or a tortoise.
And how old did they think that shark was? Because I want to say that was
old too.
Ridiculous.
Jonathan,
the
giant tortoise. They think they estimate he's 191 as of 2024.
Okay, 191 years old. He's looking good for his age.
That's getting a day.
What goes through his brain too?
I want to die.
Oh, the Civil War. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He's seen cars show up.
He's seen a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
And he lives.
Where is he living? I mean, is he wild? Is he in captivity?
No, he's on an island in England somewhere.
He's in St. Helena.
All right, and he just lives free for 191 freaking years. All right.
British oversea territory in the South Atlantic Ocean.
So I bet one thing too. You figure if you're almost 200 years old,
yeah,
he's got to be like, look at all the white people that see me now, right? Because you figure that part of the world, most people have to, you know what I mean, are going to be darker complexion.
That's true. So
the first 30 years, he probably didn't see many, and now he's like, they're here all the time.
My God, man.
The oldest known Greenland shark was estimated to be 392 years old.
Good.
When it was caught, making it the oldest known vertebrate.
300 was it 392?
392 years old.
Good Lord, man. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Gary, sober, not sober?
I'm sober at the moment.
Sober, Gary, at the moment. Okay, you're going to do a three-way, Gary. You're going to take Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo.
I think I'm going to avoid Captain Kangaroo. He's got like an early porn stash, so he's probably got a big old hog.
All these guys, all of them have womb brooms.
All right. Well, I think let's see, Kangaroo and Captain Crunch.
Morgan and Hook. Morgan and Hook.
And I think I'll avoid Captain Hook because I don't know, probably at the end he'll probably try to high five me and I'll get a hook stabbed through my hand or something like that. Probably not good. So I'm going to probably go Captain Morgan, I think.
All right. I was going to say, this is the second or third time it's come up. His name isn't Captain Hooks. It's Hook. And he does have a hand to high five.
Not Captain Hooks, plural.
Right.
He was a fine gymnast on the parallel bars. All right. Your question, which of the Great Lakes has its own version of the Bermuda Triangle?
Superior.
Based on size, that would be logical. And I'll say Michigan.
Lake Michigan. A lot of boats in our
Edmund
waters.
Fitzgerald went down on these in Lake Superior, though, right?
You got to ask the guy that wrote the song. I don't remember. Was it Lake Superior?
I thought so.
It is wild how big they are.
They're massive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're super massive. I remember because growing up on Lake Ontario, and that's the smallest of the Great Lakes, but it was, I want to say, about 40 miles north to south. So Toronto's kind of like on the other side. You couldn't see it. Maybe 120 miles wide. And that was the tiny one. So we moved to Maryland, and I can't remember the Lake Montebello, Baltimore City. I was like, man, I know guys with ponds bigger than this. It just blew, just as a kid, I thought a lake had to be a certain size, and it really doesn't need to be.
And that one, again,
man-made.
I will say this, though. Like, the first time I went to Chicago, right, I was 21.
Yeah.
I fathom what the Great Lakes are. But until I stood there.
You got to look at that.
And you can, like, oh, this is like the ocean. It just goes forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I told you it's the ocean, you'd believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are huge. All right, your question. What sport features snatches and clean jerks?
I believe that's weightlifting.
Yeah. Weightlifting, Gary. Very good.
Clean and snatch.
That's a tough one. That knocks the hell out of you.
Weightlifting?
Just that particular lift.
Which one? What is the snatch?
Basically, you take it here.
Oh, that one. All right.
And then you throw it up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Full body deal from your core to your legs to your arms to your shoulders to your back.
And then what's the clean
typically
jerk?
You do 5 of those. By the time you're done doing 5 to 10, you just want to go throw up.
And what's the clean jerk?
It's just here.
So the clean jerk is just
Boom.
the first half of that.
Boom.
The snatch is the full all the way up.
Yeah.
And no, we're not being funny. I'm honestly asking.
Yeah, right?
Because
the clean jerk's the halfway up, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
Flip the wrist around, and then the snatch is all the way up.
Yeah. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 round.
And you got to kind of jump underneath it, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And then do a squat, front squat.
I will say this, though. As far as sports go, right? So it can be the Olympics, it can be professional sports. You could watch people play tennis, and you go, well, I can do that. They make it look easy because they're very, very good. You can watch football. I can do that. It looks very, very easy because they're very, very good. Hockey, curling, you name it. Weightlifting is the one sport where I'm like, they don't look comfortable. It does not look easy, right? I mean, it looks like it sucks exactly as much as it sucks.
It does, but I think it's the opposite. Like, that's the one sport you can watch at any age. You can go into a gym and start lifting.
You can.
And you can
without
do
a doubt.
it, right?
But, I mean they don't make it look easy.
No, you're right.
know?
You're right.
Everyone else, you're like, well, I could do that. Like, no. They can do that. That's why you think you can do that. Weightlifting, I go, yeah, I couldn't do that. And that guy's huge, and he doesn't look like he's sure he can do that.
Yeah.
Hello, Rid. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and horrors.
Liquor and horrors. Rid, are you sober or not sober?
Well, as my dad always wanted to say, team hungover.
What?
Team hungover.
He's hungover.
Team hungover.
So are you still drunk or are you not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Rid. There we go. That was a long way to home. All right, our men's room poll. You're going to do a 3-way. We'll be with Captain Crunch, Morgan, Hook, or Kangaroo.
Oh, I think I'm going to have to go with Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Oh, boy.
Very.
I got to take Captain Crunch. Why not, man? It's my man. All right, here is your question. Who are the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore?
Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Monroe.
Roosevelt, right? So close. Yeah, you got George Washington, you got Abraham Lincoln, you got Thomas Jefferson. The 4th and final, Theodore Roosevelt. All right, Mike, in what order do I see them left to right?
That would be Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and then Lincoln.
Well done, sir. Well done. That's an Eagle Scout talking to you, ladies and gentlemen. I read your question. What is the international radio code word for the letter T?
The letter T. Oh, I was stumped on that one.
It takes 2.
I have no idea.
Tom? Tango. Tango. Hence,
what's it? Whiskey Fox Tango?
Yeah, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that one out smoothly, Mike.
Good job, Ted.
Thanks, dude.
That's why you get paid to speak, my friend.
Yep, that's why. Big boss.
You should do radio.
All right. Your question, what did Alfred Hitchcock use for blood in the movie Psycho?
Paint.
Not a bad guess. Actually, he used real blood.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm kidding. Chocolate syrup. He used chocolate syrup. It was not real blood.
I was like, he's the psycho.
Because, well, they had to film it in black and white, and when they used, like, red food coloring and something else, like, it just didn't look like blood in black and white. So picture her screaming in the shower, and there's all this chocolate syrup being squirted all over.
I bet that set smelled great.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I wonder how many times they had to do the scene like, hey, stop licking the blood off of your face. You're supposed to be terrified.
It would take a while to clean me off if I was covered in chocolate syrup.
Well, we'll find out in that 3-way.
Baby.
All right. Your question, what is the capital of Missouri?
Ooh.
I know this. I'm brain farting.
Hey, you're brain farting, you don't know. This is one of the states where I just feel like most people don't know.
I'm a big dummy.
Did you say Missouri?
Missouri, yes.
Missouri?
Or Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah, I have no clue, man.
What was that?
I have no clue.
Jefferson City. Jefferson City.
Oh, miles on it.
Moving on up. All right, Red, what symbol of peace surrounds the globe on the UN flag?
Doves.
The what?
Is it doves?
That is a bird.
Oh.
But in this guy, well, yeah, I did say symbol of peace. Not doves.
Olive branches?
Olive branch. Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was doves, too. Mm-hmm. Is there not doves on that as well?
I don't believe there are doves on the flag. I think it's just the globe with the... Oh, right. No doves. All right.
All right. Question 6, Red.
Question number 6. What currency does Russia use?
Blood.
Vodka.
Currency that Russians use.
And Belarus, if that helps.
Rubles? I don't know.
Close. Rubles.
Rubles.
That's when they found out Barney was a Russian spy. It's actually pronounced Barney Ruble.
He was an operative?
It was an operative.
Or an oligarch.
Yeah, they didn't know that. Yeah. All right, your question. What is the opposite of a synonym?
Acronym?
No.
Thought it was
Wait. What did it say?
He said acronym.
Oh, no, sorry. It's an antonym. Antonym.
Oh, it's me, antonym.
I read.
I'm doing English over here.
Independence Hall, home to the Liberty Bell, is located in what city?
Hey.
Liberty City.
I don't know. Guessing you play Grand Theft Auto a bit. That would be Philadelphia.
Question number 8, Red.
Question number 8. What movie spawned the phrase, quote, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Oh, that's with Tom Hanks.
Gina Davis.
What's the name of that movie? Damn it. I can't think of it right now. I know it, but... shoot.
Was ladies playing baseball.
No crying in baseball.
They couldn't play in the men's league, so they had to make a...
League of their own.
Hey! All right.
There we go.
Good. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Head chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the best cereals of all time.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
In the meantime, the game is Big W 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wade. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy!
Yeah, he said clean and jerk.
Sober, not sober, Wade.
Well, they don't call me one-hit wonder Wade for nothing.
All right, Wade.
How about is your boxing career?
Yeah, but no, shouldn't they call it jerk and then clean? I'm just saying.
Now going down the road, man.
Wade, our men's room poll, you're going to do a three-way. Will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I got to go with Captain Crunch because I just want to hear him say, "Ooh, where'd you learn to do that?"
Oh, he knows where you learned. All right, Wade. Here's your question. What color is the cross on the flag of Finland?
Finland.
That's what I thought Mike
guessed. I got to go white.
That's what I thought. That's what Mike guessed.
Red? Yellow.
Nope.
Blue.
Blue. It is blue.
All right. It is blue and yellow, though, right? Do I have the right colors?
Is it blue and yellow?
No, they're blue and white.
Blue and white, I think, right?
I don't know. One of those countries.
Yeah, blue and white.
It is blue and white. All right. Let's say I should call my family with our Finnish connections.
I do enjoy a Finnish hog. Best in the world.
That was a Finnish hog.
Like, literally hogs. Finnish hogs, like the highest quality, like hogs you can buy for meat.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Did not know that.
Mm-hmm. All right. It was like the Hebrew stuff. What do you call it?
Kosher?
Kosher. There you
that
go.
Just means it's blessed, man. You could drop a sausage patty on the floor.
Quick education on the Jewish faith. At no point will they be eating hog or pig.
That is a really strong point, man.
Kosher pork does not exist.
Yes. You know what kosher pork is? Beef.
Well, the thing is that kosher is just blessed by the rabbi, right?
That is correct.
So why can't the rabbi bless the pig?
Because they don't eat pork. You just can't do it.
So they bless all those hot dogs at Costco?
That is correct.
Well,
they're all beef.
And usually, right, they're all beef, and then a lot of times kosher products will be a little higher quality.
They are. They do have a set of different rules.
Right, that
kind of like every state has a different, what do you call it?
Health department
or whatever. They
have a job of blessing hot dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Minimum wage, I'll do that.
Your question on the TV show Friends, Ursula is the twin sister of which character?
Oh, boy. Look out. Let's see here.
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston, whatever her character was.
Saying Rachel?
Rachel.
Phoebe.
I could think of Lisa Kudrow. I couldn't think of Phoebe.
You couldn't think of her name. All right, your question. What state receives the least rainfall?
Well, I know it's not Washington.
You are correct on that.
We can eliminate that one. Let's go with Arizona.
Not a bad guess.
Nevada?
Nevada.
I was close.
All right.
I mean, Michael will test. That's why it floods so much when it actually does rain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why I was thinking New Mexico.
On your poll, I was going to say Captain and Tennille, but, that wasn't an option, so.
Do you do open mic night, Wade?
Huh?
Do you do open mic night?
I have many times, yeah.
Okay.
All right, your question.
What?
Which state receives the most rainfall? It's also the home of ESPN, so it is not Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's not Washington. Oh, boy. I don't know, Chicago?
That would be a
The
city,
state of Chicago.
which is in Illinois. No.
Connecticut.
Good to know.
That's why I had to give the clue of where ESPN is. I'm like, no one's going to guess
But
Connecticut.
better to know that Chicago, not a state.
We're known as this rainy doggone city, and we still don't even have the most rain of the friggin' country.
We don't.
New York City gets more rain than Seattle, but Seattle has more overcast, kind of drizzly days.
Right.
It's not fair.
We're sorry, Mike. We'll look into that.
Life isn't fair, Mike.
All right, Wade. What stadium is nicknamed the house that Ruth built?
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
Oh, Babe Ruth. Shoot. Wrigley?
The other one.
Yankee Stadium.
Yankees. Oh, yeah, big dummy. That's why they call it that.
I mean, if he had missed with Fenway, I could have fathomed it because he did start in Boston, but he never played for the Cubs in Wrigley.
He didn't. But on that note, how many teams did Babe Ruth play for?
I want to guess one, but
2,
2.
3.
3.
Orioles.
Did he end with the White Sox?
No. So he played for the Red Sox,
Right.
the Yankees, and the Boston Braves.
Wow.
That's the only reason I had that. Like most people, I did not know that, but yeah. So yeah, the Boston Braves, Boston Red Sox, and New York Yankees.
Miles, you're not wrong, but I think when he played for the Orioles, they were still a minor league team.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. That's where he's from. All right, your question. What lemon-scented oil is derived from dried grasses and used as an insect repellent? Although my wife swears it doesn't work. You probably got the
Lemon-scented
candle
oil.
sitting out there.
Oh, Citronella or something like that?
You got it, Wade.
Yeah,
nice
man.
job. Nice
My wife
job.
has like 8 of those candles. We'll light them up all over the summer when we're sitting outside. She still gets mauled by mosquitoes. Like, we have them all over the place, right? And she's constantly slapping her arms and screaming and saying all these bad words. I might get a mosquito bite for her 30.
Our buddy Marshawn has little citronella coils. They don't do a doggone thing.
They do nothing. I mean, they smell good, but apparently the mosquitoes are
I got
great.
eaten alive that night.
They smell like chemicals.
I'm with you, but I'm also kind of like Thrill's wife. I'm still going to get bit, but I will light as many of those things as we can. But
She-
you're,
Sure.
I don't know if those coils did anything. It was a good idea.
My wife makes it look like we're holding a seance, and it's just to keep the mosquitoes away. I'm like, it doesn't work.
I mean, I get the practice of it, but it's like jumping out of a plane with a life jacket on for a water landing. Like, sure, yeah, you might save yourself.
You
a little
didn't
bit.
sink, but you're still
look,
dead.
last summer in Montana, right, there was a lot of bugs right there on the lake.
Yeah.
And a couple people, and I fully fathom it, but they were like, you can't keep using that bug spray. It's got too many chemicals. It's like messing with me or whatever. And then about an hour into it, I said, well, I don't know what you're going to do. You either got to go in another room or not, because the all-natural stuff is not working. I'm getting eaten alive.
Yeah. Look, man, we tried the all-natural bug spray at our house, not just like for mosquitoes, but spiders, ants, you name it. It doesn't do anything, right? So I'm just on the phone with my mother. I brought this up. It's like 2 years ago. She said, listen, I've been alive a long time. Ants and spiders are part of the environment. They're friendly to it, too. She, use the chemicals. And she goes, if it will kill you, it will kill them. I'm like, you know what? That's a good way to live.
Yeah, I think I made it 2 weeks with, the Tom's all-natural deodorants.
Right.
Maybe.
Toothpaste, one try.
Hello, Terry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Terry, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, unfortunately.
That's all right, Terry. Welcome to Big Dumb.
I feel you, Terry.
Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to do a three-way. Will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I'm going to go with Captain Morgan because I want the guy in the room that's totally flaccid.
You know what? You're not wrong. He might be drunk off his butt.
I think
Oh, you're hedging your bets on that?
He's probably used to it.
Man, based on the way he's standing, that tells me my man it doesn't get rum-D. Like he's trying to show it off. All right, your question. The Ural Mountains, U-R-A-L, the Ural Mountain Range separates what two continents?
North America and South America?
Is that Europe and Asia?
Europe and Asia.
Oh.
Also bands. They should have done a tour together. The Earl Mountain tour.
I'd listen to the Earl Mountain Band.
They sound like to be good.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the grass drinking things that are illegal. Yeah. All right, your question. Are testicles categorized as organs, glands, tissue, or muscle? Your testicles. Well done.
Yes.
Yeah. My bean
glands.
glands.
Don't forget the glands.
Big dummy.
Hello, Kara. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch friend.
Hola. Kara, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Not sober.
Not sober, Kara. Okay.
Not sober, Kara.
All right, Kara. Welcome to Big Dummy. Kara, you're going to do a three-way. Are you taking Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I'm going to go Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan it is.
All right. By the way, we got a text
I like
here.
his stance.
Says, I work at an Ace Hardware store. That's the place for the Hartford Hardware folk. I both use and suggest Thermacell products to repel mosquitoes. They work great. Thermacell.
Okay.
Thermacell.
I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of Ace.
We got the one close to us.
Yeah.
And they're super friendly, tiny place. They know where everything is.
I did feel like an idiot on 4th of July. I went in there to fashion a beer bong, and the guy was just like, gave me a look like, really?
Like, how old are you? Right. How old are you? Let me see your ID. Come on, you're too old for me to sell this to you.
But I'll tell you what, when you put one together by yourself on 4th of July, I feel like American.
All right. That is very American. I'll give you that.
Burka.
Seriously, it's like, yeah, we get college kids in here doing this. Like, all right, dude, just where's the clear pipe?
Are you visiting your son on campus? All right, Kara, here is your question. What mountain range is Mount Kilimanjaro a part of?
I don't know. I'm not going to say something, so I don't. Right here. I don't.
Is
I know
it
it's
still
not
the
that.
Rockies?
No, Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro's in Africa.
Oh, Kilimanjaro, my bad. That's a single mountain.
Correct. It's not part of any mountain.
I was about to
None.
say. All right, yeah.
Trick question.
For some reason, I'm getting Denali confused.
That's all right, Carl. I'm an ass. That's why I asked it. Doesn't matter what you answered. If you don't say none, you're wrong. All right.
I know. That's why I had to answer something.
All right, here's your question. It's multiple choice. Which Academy Award category was introduced in 2002? Live action narrative, documentary, foreign film, or best animated feature? So live action narrative, documentary, foreign film, or best animated feature?
I think the first one, live.
Live action narrative?
Yes.
I'll say animated.
Best animated feature. They're adding a new one in 2026.
Comedy, hopefully.
No, it's something casting, something to do with casting. All right. Your question, what's the name of the town in the movie The Blair Witch Project?
Oh. I know this.
I wish it was named Joe.
That'd be right. Yeah.
Man, I should know this. I'm from Maryland.
You'll remember it as soon as I say it.
Because it's Blair County, right?
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Technically, Washington County.
Yeah, it's on. I don't think there's a Blair County in Maryland.
Oh, see you. Look. You guys give good clues.
Any guesses?
Blair.
Blair.
Burgettstown.
Burkittsville.
Burkittsville. Question 4, Karen.
Which, for the record, I lived in Maryland my whole life. Never heard of that until that movie came out.
Nobody had. If
Yeah,
you
it was
did
just
not live in
drive through it,
Burkittsville,
yeah.
nobody
It's been
had.
so long since I've seen that movie.
I did a broadcast on Halloween from there.
From Burkittsville?
Yes.
Is it like Forks, where, I mean, basically you get there and there's nothing?
It's close to Hagerstown. It's close to Antietam. It's kind of in that area. There are certain stops, but it's all basically, it's kind of Civil War area.
Yeah.
As far as just the only reason people would go there in that areas. For
But you
battles.
mentioned Antietam, so I'd go to Antietam before I go to Burkittsville.
Well, that's really where bad things happen. I mean, if you really want to go to the place where people Didn't make it, yeah.
Sharpsburg.
All right, Kara, here is your question. What traditionally tops the meat in a shepherd's pie?
Okay, what? Say it again.
What traditionally tops the meat in a shepherd's pie?
Well, I know it's lamb and it's normal shepherd's pie. So it's like mashed potatoes and cheese.
Nice
Mashed
job.
potatoes.
Gary. Nice job. Very good. Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hold on, my brother.
All right, Gary.
For what you do.
Gary, thanks, man.
Our
Sober
pleasure.
or not sober today?
Oh, I'm Eastwood sober again. Thank you very much.
All right, not sober.
Not sober.
All right, Gary, going to do a three-way. Will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
I'm going to go with Cap Morgan because I want to sample some of his libation before I have to get into it with another guy. You know what I mean?
Well, he's just there, man. You don't have to hook up with him. You can bring your girl. It's
I mean, if
three
you want
people.
to have sex with him, you can.
He's
gonna watch-
going to jump in.
Yeah, no, he's
And
going to be
he's
the main player.
He's going to be
more than likely.
poking where he shouldn't be, I think.
Or should.
By the way, Ted, the guy from Ace Hardware, he chimed back in. It says, we always go above and beyond the fashion and variety of drinking equipment. That guy should be fired.
he was super cool about it. He was just kind of laughing.
In all fairness, if I'm willing,
Really?
I'm taking Captain Hook.
Really?
Yeah, he'll find the G spot.
You think Captain Hook will? It doesn't mean he'll find it. I mean, you can just hear him.
That is what they tell you.
Yeah.
Do the hook. All right.
Bungee.
Your question. Gettysburg is in what state? Gettysburg.
Virginia.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, man. Pennsylvania. It's where the Army of Virginia lost.
Pennsylvania. Yeah. Darn it.
Well, we all grew up there, man. You can't not hear about it, I don't know, every 45 seconds.
They address it all the time.
Hey-o.
Never been there. West Coast guy.
There's really not much to it, to be honest with you. All right, your question. What are the names of the brothers in the band Oasis?
Yeah, you're really kidding me? I'm 65. How about...
You'll have to look back in anger,
remember
dude.
the Three Stooges?
Well, you'd have been
Curly,
45.
Mo.
You'd have been 45 when they came out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have listened to him anyway.
You're not a
Curly
45.
Mo Joe and Coot Joe.
Well, there's only two of them.
Liam and Noel.
Liam and Noel, yes.
I listen to a lot of it.
People are fired up for that reunion, man.
I'm finding I was shocked that none of you guys knew I liked Oasis. Apparently, none of my friends besides Rob did. And now there's I'm meeting a lot of more Oasis fans.
They're crawling out.
Coming out of the woodwork?
In fact, I'm getting a lesson next week on the old on the uke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. What song are you going to play for us first? What song do you think you could master first and play ukulele for us?
Not Oasis.
Okay, probably not Oasis. That's fair. All right. Gary, here's your question. Cuneiform is a form of what?
Say that again.
Cuneiform. Cuneiform. Cuneiform is a form of what?
Must be preservative.
Gas?
No, writing.
Oh.
Okay. Like lithography, calligraphy.
Yeah, this was just ancient, right? I think the Sumerians or some crap like that were writing in cuneiform. I don't remember who.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows about that.
Everybody. All right, your question. What does pink kryptonite do to Superman?
Pink kryptonite?
Pink kryptonite.
Make him horny?
That's part of it.
I don't know. Gives him more strength instead of releasing or sucking his strength, I believe.
Nope.
Helps him procreate.
Nope. Pink kryptonite, according to the comics, makes Superman temporarily gay.
Oh.
That's real?
I swear to God,
You
man.
put sugar in his tank?
Yes, it does.
That's your excuse, huh? For that one time.
But here's what I like about
Pink
this, right?
kryptonite.
So, assuming he's not gay and he's heterosexual, he doesn't go around trying to slay everything. But apparently, when he turns gay, then he's also horny. Like, sorry, I can't help you. I got to have some sex.
I mean, why
Superman
would you...
walks into a gay bar. Are you kidding me? Game on.
Right.
But why would you... I get it. Different times. Like, who took the time to even write that into the comic?
Not even that, but the editor that said, ooh, I like this story arc.
Yeah, that's the worst thing we can do, right? Make him gay.
And, kept giving it to
Does he
him.
wear
Robin.
pink outfits now? Is that what happens? He changes it instead of blue. He goes to pink.
I just can't believe. Like, how would you
Red
know?
is, I wouldn't know. I'm curious.
I mean, if he wants you, ain't much you can do about it.
That's true. He is super dude.
Super dude. Super dude. I've heard about you, man.
Oh, come on. Let's go catch some waves of the Silver Surfer.
All right. Here's your question,
All right.
Gary. Metamorphic, sedimentary, and igneous are types of what?
Rocks, my brothers.
Rocks, hit it.
All right, Mike, in your estimation.
He wants a rock.
The Rock of Seattle, what kind of rock are we?
Ooh, we are sedimentary.
We're sedimentary. Okay.
That is.
What's the difference?
So metamorphic would be what? Like volcanic
Lava
rock
rock,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Sedimentary, I'm assuming, is
Is
like limestone and things have been around
granite.
forever.
Yeah.
So what is igneous? That's the one, like just the name alone, I can't figure out what that is.
Igneous might be volcanic rock.
No, that's metamorphic.
That is metamorphic,
yeah.
which makes sense.
I mean, KSW's been in Seattle forever, so that makes sense we'd be the kind that's been around for a while.
But also our playlist has morphed over time, so are we metamorphic? Are we the metamorphic rock of Seattle?
Oh, doggone it, I'm sorry. Igneous rock is the type of rock formed from the cooling and solidification of molten rock. I did what I do.
So what the hell
I
is
was
that?
right.
Yeah,
you were right.
First time all day.
Then what the hell is metamorphic?
Metamorphic rock is a type of rock that has been transformed from its original form due to intense heat and pressure deep within the Earth's
Also,
like a
cold,
diamond.
so cold diamonds, things of that nature.
Also forms by transformation of other rocks, like rock music.
Marble and slate there, Miles.
Okay.
Now we know we've all learned something
What do you think?
together.
One more? Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, what the hell?
No.
Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Josh, are you sober or not sober?
Very sober.
All right, Josh, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, you're going to do a three-way. Will it be with Captain Crunch, Captain Morgan, Captain Hook, or Captain Kangaroo?
Wow.
Captain Wow.
Hello?
Josh, you there?
Morgan.
Okay.
I think he's giving some serious consideration there. Like, ooh.
I said Morgan.
Ah, okay.
I guess. Hey, fellas, I want to correct you on one thing, though, if you don't mind.
Sure.
When you the clean and jerk, you bring the bar up to your chest, then you got to push it above your head from your chest. Snatch, you go from the floor to above your head.
I see. So one's at the waist height.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you take the bar from the floor, and then it goes up above your head. That's the snatch. Clean and jerk, you go to your shoulders from the floor, and then
up. Okay.
And you push it above your head.
Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Hey,
All right.
No problem.
Here's your question, Mr. Smarty Pants. And if you're not wearing pants, Mr. Smarty Freak. In what country would you find the volcano Krakatoa?
Oh, dear Lord. I should probably know this.
I feel like everyone should, but in spirit of honesty, I did not know, but everyone's heard of Krakatoa. And I go, I honestly have no idea where the hell it is.
Greece, I don't know.
Is that not Indonesia?
It is Indonesia.
Okay.
The land of
Indonesia.
17,000 islands, yeah.
Popular today. Popular answer.
Well, every time it blows, it grows back.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Not unlike. All right, Josh, here is your question. This is from our very own Mike Hawk. Which NFL team with an equine name has not won their Week 1 matchup since 2013?
Let's ride. Broncos.
Now,
Colts.
The Colts.
Let's ride.
The Broncos have had moments. Remember, since 2013, Peyton Manning's been there, etc. They've had moments being decent.
I'll tell you what, I was kind of busy on Sunday, so I missed a lot of the first slate of games.
Yeah.
Like, I went back and looked at it. That was a hell of a game.
Oh, what's that, the Colts game?
The Colts at Houston.
It was a very good game.
Yeah. What does he say now that he's in Pittsburgh, Russell? Let's ride in Denver.
I think he's got to start a game first.
I think Tomlin's like, don't say a damn thing.
He was dangerous here, right?
No, he was dangerous.
Well,
Dangerous.
he's always been dangerous, but here was always Go Hawks.
Right.
Which, full disclosure, always was a nice little tuck in. Even if they lost the game, I like to hear him say it.
All right. Josh.
Well, like, once I kind of really got into being a Seahawks fan, he basically was the only quarterback I cheered for.
Sure, of course.
You know?
All right, Josh, your question. What newspaper does Peter Parker work for?
New York Times.
The Daily Planet Superman.
Correct.
Peter Parker.
The Star.
Nope.
The Post.
It's another daily.
Globe.
Daily Caller.
Daily Bugle.
Bugle. Oh, yes, I remember that.
Daily Bugle.
All right. What note is the highest string on a violin tuned to? It's the same as a guitar.
Oh, dear Lord. I have no idea. I played the violin in elementary school, too.
Are you serious? Well, look, man,
Yep.
it's somewhere A through G.
Hey, let's go with A.
Is it E?
E.
Question 4, Josh.
All right, question 4 for Josh. What was the name of the exercise product pitched by Suzanne Summers in infomercials?
Ooh, Suzanne Summers.
Yep.
Dude, you remember these ads.
Oh.
Should be the name of a
Shake
chicken
thing?
franchise. No, that's the shake weight, not that.
Suzanne Summers. She's in a one-piece bathing suit with leg warmers using it.
Oh, the Thigh Master.
Thank you. There we go.
Had to be emphatic about
Ted
it.
just had to give him the visual
Come on,
descriptive.
man.
Right, like, 'cause we all have that image burned in our brains.
Do you not have glands?
Check your man glands.
Head Chef's coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the best cereals of all time. And we got your emails coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the men's room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals of the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host the local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Have you seen the latest essentials from Express? They are so good. Super easy, everyday pieces that go with everything you already own. Seriously, like these Pima cotton tees, I mean, give me one in every color. Or their 1MX shirts, hands down the best button-downs out there. And don't get me started on that denim. I never knew a pair of jeans could fit me this well. I'm telling you, get in-store or online at express.com now to shop the new essentials at Express. You won't regret it.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the best cereals of all times. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Quite a few birthdays today, so I edited a few down for time's sake, guys. Today I turned 24, a.k.a. the least interesting age to turn. Been a pretty garbage day. Apart from my mom, so I was hoping to make a request. How about a big old bong rip and the captain talking about the time he and Charlie the Starkist Tuna went on that bender in Las Vegas. Have a good one, guys. That from Nathan.
Ooh, well, ahoy then. First, big thank you to all the people that played Big Dummy and invited me to your little three-way. I'm bringing some gifts. As far as me and Charlie the Tuna going to Las Vegas, Charlie was all about finding a koi pond to swap juices with the locals. He even wore a shirt that read Koi Toy. Well, after getting on with his fish friends, Charlie said he wanted to sample some fruit. I said, okay. And then we met Siegfried and Roy backstage, and I'll let your imagination take you where it will. Crunch berries.
All the fellas want to wish my sister from another Mr. Renna Beans a happy birthday. Please have my buddy Coach Ted let her know what she should do to celebrate her last year of one of these decades. Thanks for the great show, guys. That from Geronimo of the Massive Monkeys.
Let her know about what?
Please have Coach Ted let her know what she should do to celebrate her last year in one of these decades.
All right, so she could be turning like 30, could be turning 40, could be turning 50. First of all, Geronimo, I don't have to be the only person to say this to you. Send me a DM. I want your thoughts on Ray Gun. Second of all, hey, if you're going into your 30s, start saving money, buy some Advil. If you're going into your 40s, you have a ton of Advil, probably have some money saved. If you're going into your 50s, say the hell with it, do whatever you want.
Guys, today's my oldest son's 24th birthday. Happy birthday, Nathan. We've been listening to you guys for over 10 years. Moved away quite some time ago, but he's still, and I listen every day. So thanks for the laughs and the memories. I'm so proud to be his mom and can't wait to see what next year brings. How about a big old bong rip and an original fish sandwich, please? Thanks, guys. That from Melissa in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I get a fish sandwich?
All but y'all, today's my 29th birthday. Heard your show for the first time when I was 14. Started listening regularly the summer before my 19th. Y'all rock. So, can I get the Captain Crunchberries, Motivational Ted, and some dad jokes from Miles? Thanks, guys. That from Tevin.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, Tevin. You've been listening to this program for a long time. And you know what? A lot has happened in those years. Lucky the Leprechaun has gotten 6 DUIs. Tony the Tiger, most people don't know, he participated in the January 6th riots. Snap, Crackle, Snap, Crackle, and Pop officially announced that they're a throuple. The Honey Nut Cheerios bee, he finally confessed that the thing sticking out of his butt is not a stinger. The Tricks Rabbit started numbing his pain with fentanyl because he can't just have some tricks. Toucan Sam developed a severe case of hemorrhoids, but most recently, Count Chocula hired Rudy Giuliani as a stunt double, and no one can tell. Crunch berries.
All right, it's been a rough day already. Last year in your 20s, your 29th birthday. I say go out with a bang. Sure, even Coach did something special for his 30th. You flip that script. Maybe there's a game you've always wanted to go to. Go to it. You know what I mean? Like travel alone. Do something wild and just be like, I'm getting it out before I'm 30. Maybe you turn 30, you can still take the trip if you save some money.
Dad jokes. How do you annoy Lady Gaga? How do you annoy her? How do you annoy Lady Gaga?
You poke her face.
Poke her face.
Yep. All right. Yep.
Guys, a pirate walks into a bar wearing a paper towel hat. The bartender asks, what's up with the paper towel hats? The pirate says, "Arr, there be a bounty on me head." And one more. Guys, I went to my barber, said, "Can I have a haircut like Tom Cruise?"
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So they gave me a booster seat.
With a little horse?
Yeah. All the guys love the show. Never a newer listener here, but my coworker Mike is a longtime listener, huge fan. He tuned in every day on his way home. Would y'all please give him a shout out if possible? Make a Crazy Train reference. Thanks, guys. That from Bree.
A Crazy Train reference.
As far as Ozzy Osbourne goes,
that's the only Crazy Train.
I hope he's in a blizzard of ass tonight. How's it?
A blizzard of ass. Much different album.
Oh.
Guys, I'm hoping you can help me give a huge 30-second birthday shout-out to Mikey Walter, the best husband, friend, and father anyone can ask for. He deserves the best day. Loves your show. Thanks, guys. That from Serene. Dealer's choice there, Mike, on the birthday.
You like that? You like that? Fuck God or my father.
Guys, today's my 37th. I know my wife is hella busy at work, so I figure I'll do it myself. Can I get a fish sandwich montage? And Coach Ted hyping me up about doing nothing on my birthday. Thanks, guys. That from Tez.
Can I get
a fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich?
Do I get a fish sandwich?
Put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich?
Though you don't want a fish sandwich?
Lay on the couch. Take a long hot shower in the middle of the day. Lay back on the couch. You don't even have to answer your phone other than thanks for the birthday message. Enjoy your time off.
Guys, birthday shout out to my husband and best friend Raymond. Have a happy birthday and enjoy your last year of your 30s. Please give him the Dirty Germans telling him how much they'd love to play his trombone, or vice versa.
Yeah, only if it's old and rusty.
Yeah, I just like the way it slides in and out. You know, it's that thing. Oh, wow.
That's not what I meant to hit.
That's aggressive in here.
Guys, today's my brother Adam's 40th. Can you please give him that Girl in Your Johnson boat song? Thanks, guys. That from Nathan.
Your girl in your Johnson.
Please wish the beautiful Grumposaurus Rex a happy birthday. Have Miles give him some jokes to help her cope with T. Diddles, a.k.a. Truman. Always picking on Mom. Love Johnny, T. Diddles, and Preston. All right. How many ears does Captain Kirk have? How many ears does Captain Kirk have?
How many ears does Captain Kirk have?
3. The left ear, the right ear, and the final front ear.
Well done. Well done.
What's the difference between a Tesla and a cactus? The difference between a Tesla and a cactus.
Okay, easy.
They both grow under the sun?
No, one's got them on the outside.
I got clearance on that one.
I wouldn't say it.
Oh, then this one for you, Mike. I like saying the word perineum.
Do you?
It just slides right off the tongue. Let's see here. Yeah.
Who okayed that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, who gave you clearance on that?
Our boss.
You're the boss.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He lets things go.
He does.
Oh, there's stuff that I would always
He's been loose
dump.
with that word, and I don't accept that word on my airwaves.
Hello, Michelle. Today is my 54th birthday. Yep, I'm pretty much the same age as Miles and Thrill. Can I please get the Dirty Germans talking about how I'm the longest listener, and I can only see out of one eye? Let's see here. And my final request, Ted, could you please say frustrated Vietnamese philanthropist in an ambulance? Thanks, guys. Still listen every day to the podcast from your longest listener, One-Eyed Greg in Reisterstown, Maryland.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing about One-Eyed Greg from Reisterstown. He is our longest listener, and he is one-eyed. We're talking, of course, both about his penis.
Yeah, he actually has 2 working eyes on his head.
Yeah, it has been his penis who's been listening.
Here we go. Frustrated Vietnamese philanthropist in an ambulance. Have fun in Puget County, Greg.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meats and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Complex.com created a list of the 50 best breakfast cereals of all time. A.K.A. how you got diabetes. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm going to read more, but number one is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's got to be.
Thrill, he is exactly right. And honestly, there's a lot of cereals I like, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch, every time you have it, you're like, well, this is the best cereal ever made.
Toss them on your vanilla ice cream, too.
I've done that. I mean, it's like eating dessert. And I will say this, when you're done eating your cereal, it's the most delicious milk to drink after the fact.
I also have the years a lot of this stuff was invented. Some of it's kind of wild. Wheaties got into the list at number 17.
Really?
A lot of us ate Wheaties, but I don't know that I would say
anyone liked it.
Right, like I always tell people because I obviously as a kid you love Frosted Flakes, but your parents would get you Wheaties, and then me and my brother would sit there and dump sugar on the Wheaties.
Let's say my parents would buy us Wheaties, but they did not eat Wheaties. We ate Wheaties, and we did not ask for Wheaties. But at that time, Bruce Jenner, he was on the front of the box. So that's, to me, it's the only reason anyone bought Wheaties is because of whatever athlete was on the box.
Some random stuff. Trix was number 14. That came out in 1954.
Really?
Yeah. We're a little short on time, so I'm mostly going to run through the top 10. Number 10 on the list, you had Cocoa Puffs.
Not bad.
Introduced in 1958. This one sounds healthy. I don't know that it is, but Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds.
Not healthy, but like there's some healthy ingredients, but they have found a way to make it not healthy.
It's better without the almonds.
What's that?
It's better without the almonds.
My favorite cereal is probably Raisin Bran Crunch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But over time, I have realized, basically, you eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch probably has less sugar than mine does. Let's see. Number 8 on the list. Hey, my Lucky Charms.
Oh, yeah.
It was introduced in 1964 during the second wave of the potato famine.
Jeez,
Number 7 on the list of 50 best breakfast cereals, Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 1952, right? Wheaties been out since 1921, so it took a little over 30 years somebody to be like, hey, what do we put sugar on these things?
Because the kids keep doing it.
Number 6 on the list from 1965, Apple Jacks.
They're okay. I haven't had Apple Jacks.
I would like to try them again as an adult. For whatever reason, as a kid, we never had them, and I can't remember what they taste like.
We had them all the time. It's apples and cinnamon, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, if you want to go back in time, buy those 8-packs
variety
of the single
boxes, man.
boxes. Yeah, the little tiny ones.
Number 5 on the list, also, and you could yell this at people sometimes, get out of here, Fruit Loops.
Oh. Yes, you could do that.
Yes, you can.
Fruit Loops also now, the snack aisle, they just have bigger ones. And
I've seen those.
It's like a bag. They're just look, come on, you don't need milk for us.
Do Fruit Loops taste different than Trix?
Yes.
I'd have to do a comparison, but I'm sure there's got to be some slight difference.
Right. I feel like there's a little bit more of a quote-unquote fruity flavor.
Fruit Loops have
Trix.
more of a crunch, too.
Yeah.
A little harder.
Let's see. Number 4 on the list, Oreos. Introduced in 1997.
No.
I've never had that.
I
love Oreos, but I would never think to put that as my cereal.
I think we did it one time, and it's fine, but there's some. I don't like doing cookies for breakfast.
And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, same with the chocolate crunch or the chocolate
Cookie
chips.
Crisp,
Cookie
yeah.
Crisp.
Yeah, and I mean, look, by the time those came out, Miles, right, 97.
But
you're an adult. You're not buying that
Famous
cereal.
Amos and just pour them into a bowl and add milk.
Right.
Number 3 on the list, Captain Crunch Crunch Berries.
Yep.
That was next level. Captain Crunch is already a good cereal, but Crunch Berries was next level.
I never cared for the Captain. I'd try it again.
Really?
I don't know. We just never had it in my house.
Texter said they changed the recipe so they don't take the
Rip
roof
your mouth.
off.
Yeah.
Now, number 2 on the list, highly debatable, but to me, I love it to this day. I will eat bowls of this. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yes.
They're fine.
And Honey Nut Cheerios, honestly, it's not compared to everything else on this list, you're fine with Honey Nut Cheerios.
Good for the heart. Billy West says so.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And I'm sorry. People that eat regular Cheerios, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You're crazy.
You're 2 years old.
I know one person that does that's an adult, and you know who I'm talking about. And I don't know.
But my daughter never made the switch. Right?
She's stuck with regular?
She was eating Cheerios, like you said, 2 years old, whatever. And we're like, ooh, we're going to introduce her to Honey Nut Cheerios. She's like, no, thank you.
And then, like I said earlier, number 1 on the list, Thrill's been talking about it as long as I've known him, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I feel like that's always at the top of every list.
Because it's that good.
You could also know because there's Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored, like milkshakes and this and that.
Yeah.
I've never gone to a place and they said, do you want a Honey Nut Cheerio milkshake?
Do any of you guys have actually a box of cereal at home?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
I do. Okay. There's Lucky Charms,
cereal,
Cinnamon
Miles.
Toast Crunch.
Cereal is like peanut butter. I don't buy it because I will eat it.
We got corn checks right now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I had some smoked Chex Mix the other day at a tailgate.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome.
That Sounds amazing.
Yeah, shout out. Thanks, Bryce.
All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. We do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study says staring at screens makes it difficult for kids to speak properly. I feel like that's a common thing that's going around right now. You know, there's plenty that every generation makes fun of about any other generation, and one thing that is being made fun of about the younger generation, the iPad generation, as it were, is they have a really hard time with their R's.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's part of it. I don't know what the correlation is there, because even the video vegetables that they make where they're like, here, watch Miss Rachel or Blippy or whatever it is, it's no different than I sat down and I watched Barney when I was a kid. We watched Sesame Street. So learning via the screen is nothing new. So why is the staring at the screen making it difficult for them to speak properly?
I don't know. My daughter she talked so fast and mumbled. It was just hard to understand her. I'd be like, hey, slow down, baby.
No kidding.
Just slow down. Like she talked 1,000 miles an hour. And I was like, maybe. I can't even understand what you're saying.
So they feel this need to give you all of the information, or they're super excited or something. It's like, just slow down, man.
From what I've seen, I just think like Barney was kind of slow paced or whatever, or like Sesame Street. It seems like a lot of times when kids are watching stuff, it's a lot of, especially if you're even stuff kids can watch is like stuff about games or whatever. So there's slang involved, or
that's a lot of it.
If you're watching TikTok, it's just so fast paced and quick. I think they have a hard time concentrating.
I was about to make that same argument, is that just like you're saying, with TikTok and with everything else going on there, they're getting information at such a fast rate, and videos come at them so quickly that they do have 100 thoughts all at once.
Because that's what they see.
I mean, I saw a little kid have a breakdown because of a commercial, and I was like, what is going on?
Because the commercials showed up at all?
Right, and I realized like that kid was just so used to like putting on a show or hitting skip that like
you can't skip
the kid. Right, I was just like, oh my god.
Oh, my kids hate it.
Sure.
Oh god, there's a commercial. I'm like, dude, listen, shut up.
Then again, we all hated commercials. That was the problem.
We all hated commercials, but now that we work in radio, I'm like, look, the reason this is free is because of that.
Right.
And Dad ain't paying for this crap you want to watch. That's why we have
I've heard some people, maybe in your case, you can just be like, well, this is how Daddy makes money.
Oh, I've explained that. I go, look, man, it's not really like the company doesn't really pay me. These people that advertise pay the company, and then they take some of that and they give it to the rest of us. But that's why they're there.
You guys ever watch a show that has been basically bought out by another network, and so it's airing on a different channel altogether, and then they put commercials in the wrong place?
It's not at the commercial break.
No.
If you do any program that has commercial breaks,
there's
the way
natural
they set up
moments.
the story arc.
Right, many cliffhangers to get you through the break.
Right, you want to come back after the break and see what's going to happen next.
Right.
And I've seen that a couple of times. Where
That
I'm like,
gets you to sit through the commercials.
That's kind of the whole point. You see, we all work together on this.
So
But yeah,
you
I've seen
watch them.
that where I'm like, how in the hell? Or sometimes you watch a show where they've taken out all the commercials, but the show originally had commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So there's a scene, then it kind of fades to black, and then 1 second later, the show is back.
That one almost throws me off more.
It's
because you're right. Like on certain streaming services, and it's like, oh, all right, it's back.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
We all know the First Amendment, right? Everybody know the First Amendment?
Free speech.
Free speech.
Freedom of the press.
There you go. So a recent poll found that actually most Americans can't name all 5 freedoms in the First Amendment. So we've got 2.
Speech.
So 73% could tell you that it was freedom of speech. Everybody knows that the First Amendment is the freedom of speech.
Congregate or protest or what?
Right to assembly.
Right to assembly, sure.
Anybody else? That's 3 out of 5. First Amendment, you have the right to free speech, the freedom to assemble, the freedom of the press.
Freedom of religion.
Of religion is 4. Anybody know the 5th one? It's the very end one. This was the one that people knew the fewest.
So I feel like we ignore at least 3 of them now, but
petition.
The freedom to petition the government.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was in the teens, like 16% of people remembered that the freedom to petition the government.
I mean,
was a part of
speech is the main one. And people abuse that a little bit. Freedom of the press,
right?
That should be a thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, petition it. But I feel like a lot of times your freedom of speech, you are kind of petitioning the government.
Right.
Your right to assemble, to protest, whatever it is.
And it is interesting that we've kind of just almost diminished the First Amendment to just freedom of speech. Everything is just freedom of speech. It's like, no, it's not. It's First Amendment.
Right. Exactly.
The website.
And I think, I don't know who said it. I've heard Thrill say it. I stole it. Like, freedom of speech does not protect you from freedom of consequences from the private company you work for.
Correct. From the private sector.
Yeah. You can say anything you want, just there will be consequences.
Correct. It is freedom of consequences from the government.
Right.
Right.
A private company can fire you.
It is well within my First Amendment right to go out on the street and just...
And depending on what you say,
scream the word.
The Justice Department or whoever, they will justify what you said based on the actions that happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It is not a freedom to not get your ass kicked
for what you said. If you yell fire in a movie theater and somebody gets trampled and stomped or whatever the deal is and you create panic,
correct,
you're gonna pay the price.
You're going to pay for it. The website Word Tips used X data to determine the country's Word Tips. Used X data to determine the countries of the world that swear the most. And they actually had a very comprehensive map. So first they give you the full global. Not going to shock anybody. The United States swears more than any other country in the planet, especially on Twitter. And that's kind of where they took it. Yeah, you got it. Then they broke it down to the states. Anybody know the state in the United States that swears the most?
Jersey.
Not Jersey. Good call.
New York?
Right area. Not New York.
Boston or Massachusetts.
Maryland.
Oh yeah, because Baltimore's the number one city.
Baltimore is the number one city in the globe. Worldwide, the number one sweariest city in the globe.
That makes me happy. I mean, it does. Look, man, I'm an adult. I don't effing care. Good.
FCC doesn't even exist in Baltimore radio. Like, just let it go. Whatever.
Have you been to Baltimore? You'd get it.
That's what I was going to say. If you've been there, you're going to cuss a lot.
And then they also did break it down within the state. They didn't get it down too far, but they did show the sweariest city in every state. Anybody know which city in this state, the state of Washington, that swears the most? Tacoma, Spokane, both great guesses. But no, Miles, you're the final guess here. The number one city in Washington state that swears the most.
Yakima.
Not Yakima. It's always the rogue one, however, it makes sense. Federal Way.
Oh, Federal Way. Yeah.
You're almost in Tacoma.
Hey, good on your Federal Way.
Yeah.
Keep running your effing mouth.
It's like I'm not going to say it. I'm going to make people mad.
They should make T-shirts. F you, but you're welcome here.
But you're welcome. A new study found the average American asks people to repeat themselves 1,000 times a year. What'd you say? What was
that? About 2.5, 3 times a day.
Exactly. And I say usually it's because they're talking at a time when you aren't listening. Nor should you expect it to be listening.
Or somebody's not actively listening.
Exactly. I'm watching TV or I'm working.
That's the only time my kids will speak to me.
Like I shouldn't have to be catered. I shouldn't have to always have to wait for you to say something, right? But these types of people aren't trying to be rude or intrusive. They're just socially unconscious, and that can get people's that can get people on people's nerves after a while.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 socially unconscious people that instantly make us rage. You know what happens when you feed a stray kitten? You now have a pet kitten. We're all fairly affable people, right? Sure. But when you make small talk with someone and you think it's just a one-time occurrence, beware of feeding the stray cat. That socially inept Luddite just found their new best friend. Hooray! My life has some meaning. And you You curse the very ground they walk on, the very air they breathe. You don't necessarily want them dead, but it'd be okay if that seemingly cute kitten was snatched up by a bird of prey.
I don't think he's talking about a cat. So these are 10 socially unconscious people that instantly make us rage. Send me all your hate. I made this list. Number 10, basically the parent that lets their kid learn how to walk in a mall, airport, or a stadium. Look, I don't mind.
What do you mean? Learn how to walk?
Learning how to walk. I don't mind your kids walking around, but I feel like every time I'm in the airport or the mall, and it's always in the main area of traffic, there's always one parent with a 1-year-old who doesn't quite have the steps down yet that we're letting learn how to walk all by themselves in the middle of this horrifically busy channel of people.
But here's why they do that, Mike. Because otherwise that kid is screaming at the top of their goddamn lungs, and you can't smother your children. So it's like, you know what? We're going to learn to walk.
I know, but they always just wander right in front of me. No, Steve, come back this way. Come back this way. It's like, I have a flight to catch.
And I will say this. I have boarded planes where I'm walking like the child who's learning to walk. I don't get served. I'm like, what's that? That 1-year-old over there is walking just like me.
I can deal with that. It's the people, like, I understand it has 4 wheels. Still tow it behind you.
Correct.
Not out to the side.
Oh, God.
The driver distracted on their phone at a green light.
That pisses me off.
Especially the turn light. Especially the turn light.
I
that
did
thing
it,
is
I
on a
did
shorter
it the
timer.
other day and felt like an idiot.
It's the worst.
I know. So, like, my phone dinged. I usually don't look at it. I looked down, and I mean, the light must have changed as soon as I looked down. I was like, wonder what he's texted about. And then I heard the horn. I was like, oh,
my
Ted,
bad.
come on, Ted.
Because you know they can see you looking at your phone.
Exactly. It was 100% on me.
The guy that's on a phone call on speaker.
Oh,
what in the hell, man?
That's the guy who's got the phone to his face, but he's not FaceTiming anymore.
Correct.
Right. He's just yelling into the phone microphone.
While at the urinal.
And a lot of these people work in an industry where they use a microphone every day.
That's right.
I've seen them.
I always find it when I'm like, I am hearing proprietary information.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phil, if we do that, the M7s are going for $3 million. I literally heard that today. I want to get 5 of whatever. I'm not going to get too deep when they're talking about it. He goes, well, it's going to cost the company $15 million, so we can finagle. And I'm like, dude, you're on the phone screaming this stuff.
I've been guilty of, I know Thrill has, maybe Mile has, like, what are you doing? Like, just watching an Instagram video while I poop.
Yeah.
10 socially unconscious people that instantly make us rage. The person that always talks during the dialogue of a show or a movie, and I will even qualify with this, you can even pause to let them get their whole point out. And then when you start the movie or the show again, they'll pick right up again.
They haven't gotten it all that. You see, my daughter's the worst. She always wants to watch a movie with me, which makes me feel good, love spending time with the kids. And I always say, babe, do not talk during the movie. Got it. It lasts maybe 90 seconds. The kids, the last couple of nights, we have watched Sonic. Last night, we watched Sonic 2. I was not dying to watch either of these, but I enjoy spending time with the kids. And I understand there are moments where we speak or they have questions. My daughter, she's almost narrating the entire, but she's not really telling us. She's just talking. And I'm like, babe, stop it. Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Got you. 30 seconds later, she starts talking again.
You don't.
Right.
The slow walking group that takes up the whole sidewalk.
Absolutely. No absolutely no social awareness.
And there's like 6 of them.
Period. And they do the Great Wall.
Yes, they do.
You can't get around them. You can't get through them.
I stand still and I let them walk into me.
They're
like,
6 across.
Where am I going?
It's like, is this the opening of a TV show I don't know about?
I will say, because it happens a lot in front of our building for people coming out of here. I think those people just never walk on the street besides when they go to get lunch as a group of 4 or 6.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm not excusing it. That's the only reason I can fathom it.
The guy that stands in the middle of a grocery aisle. With his cart, and they're all the way over here, or they're dragging from the front of the cart, so it's all the way on the side, like you're saying, with dragging behind you. No. The guy that squeezes into the elevator before you get off.
Oh, God, I hate that guy.
You have the Seattle guy that just stops his car in the middle of a road with a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit to let someone out or pick someone up.
I considered adding that to the list, Miles, but since that's more of a Seattle-centric thing, I decided to leave it off, however, that is
no hazard.
It would drive me crazy.
No nothing.
But a lot of times, there's no one at the curb.
Hey.
So they don't even like pull into the curb to drop them off.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
I just stop.
Hulu employees, you can't stop the car and let someone out in front of the building. That is a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Much like the elevator, the man that forces his way through a door that you opened. Like,
oh, wow.
Now, look, I don't mind holding the door open for people.
Sure.
But when I open the door and just see you there, you don't get to crash your way through me.
This is a good list.
Yeah, thank you. And then the number one socially unconscious person that instantly makes us rage every time. The guy that stops at the top of an escalator or right outside of the doggone terminal gate.
Yeah.
Which way do we need to go?
Just
Walk
move out of the
5 feet
way.
in front of you.
Especially people that stop at the bottom. It's like, I'm going to run into you. You have to move.
Right. I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I got nowhere to go.
My wife would get mad at me because at the airport seems to be the worst. And I understand if you're not from that city, you need to find your directions in the airport, get your connection. I understand your conundrum. The point is, the escalators still move. Just get out of the way. It's a thing. So I'll see them stop with their bags and the escalator's still moving. And I always get the elbow. And I'm like, babe, I'm not being mean. I'm about to crash into these people.
I had a combo of a pair of them coming out of out of a flight one time. I forget which auction I was going to, but I came out of the doggone gangway, and a family fanned out right at the entrance. When I walked in, it's like, guys, I can't go anywhere.
Right.
I got a whole plane full of people trying to get out of here.
Just move.
I got to get the baggage claim before they take my stuff. A family in Canada found a little something extra in their blueberries, Miles.
What was in their blueberries?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
no.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a rare L here, but I'll tell you at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Have we made it to drinking time?
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we chose 62-year-old, I can't even believe I'm saying this, John Bon Jovi from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. I mean, look, man, it's just something that has to be recognized. A lot of you have probably already heard this, and you're thinking, what did John Bon Jovi do that he be toasted? He wrote another song to thrill likes, bringing that total up to 2? No, it was not that. John Bon Jovi, believe it or not, he was in Nashville this past Tuesday night. He was filming a video. I don't know if it's a music video, part of a document. No idea. It doesn't matter. But anyway, as he's there, he noticed a woman, quote unquote, in despair, standing on a ledge. So Bon Jovi went over to the woman and was actually able to convince her not to jump. He actually helped pull her off the ledge. Now, I don't know because I haven't heard any quote from this woman. But I have to think, you turn around, right? You're in that moment. You're contemplating ending your life. Obviously, people are like, hey, don't do it. You turn around, it's frickin' John Bon Jovi. Like, do you think you're having a fever dream at this point? Right. Yeah. Like, what are the odds that you turn around? John Bon Jovi's the person standing there in Nashville. But here's the thing. In case you didn't know, he actually has experience with individuals that are going through a crisis from hunger to homelessness thanks to his JBJ Soul Foundation. So the chief of the Metro National Police, they said, quote, a shout out to John Bon Jovi and his team for helping a woman off the bridge. It takes all of us up.
Awesome. The video is unreal. I mean, he doesn't have to go over, and he notices it, goes over, and helps immediately over. Yeah.
God, now, see, man, and when he does stuff like this, I feel bad for the last 40 years of making fun of him. So today, I'll give it a break. But, John, by tomorrow, I'll make fun of you again. But good on him, man. That's good stuff. All right. So we poured this booze. I know I had another joke.
I know. I'm fighting it, too. Like, don't say a song lyric.
I know. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I've run through all the songs. They're all funny, but I'm not done here. So we poured this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Glad it wasn't David Lee Roth.
Steve the Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches!
Hola! All right, Tony, you understand how this here game is played?
Yeah, hey, I just got to say hi to Ted, quick. Ted Larfon, love the podcast. New episode last night.
Oh,
since you missed it before, so just want to say thanks for that. I was actually listening to episode of your guys' old podcast with Steve, so just want to say missed that, but I love you, brother.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, brand new episode of the podcast out today, or yesterday.
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 Tony did it for you. It came out yesterday, Ted.
Dude, there's another The Podcast out there.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's a big deal. We might have to send a cease and desist.
Yeah. All right, Tony, you understand how this here game is played?
I do, Thrill. What you got?
All right, categories you've got are Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Let's go animalize this.
All right, here is your story. Two men in northern Ontario, Canada, they picked up a highly unusual passenger and took it on a road trip, complete with Taco Bell to scarf down. The thing that made this interesting is the passenger was a baby animal. According to Miriam Armstrong of the Pet and Wildlife Rescue Center, her group took in the juvenile over the weekend after it was discovered in the back of a van in Windsor, Ontario. Quote, there's some pretty strict rules on keeping wildlife. You're not able to keep wildlife captive for so many reasons, just common sense to start, you know? They're wild animals, so leave them in the wild, and obviously there's some risk associated with housing a wild animal. Now, Armstrong says the two men, they found the critter about 10 hours north of Windsor, and they pulled it into the vehicle. She notes the pair fed the thing tacos from Taco Bell during the ride, and that when they finally arrived in Windsor, local police got wind of their quote-unquote funny passenger. Quote, I'm sure his innards weren't feeling so great. They say the 4-month-old animal didn't have any visible injuries, but it was lethargic and stressed from the van ride and frightened, and again, had just eaten Taco Bell. Quote, he's just a little bit off, so we just made sure to give him lots of space and a dark place to decompress. Now, the question is, what is the baby animal that was thrown in the van and then fed Taco Bell? And keep in mind, these guys had no ill intent. They're just morons. Was it a baby bear? Was it a baby moose? Was it a baby cougar, or was it a baby raccoon? So bear, moose, cougar, or raccoon, baby variety. They took it on a road trip and gave it to Taco Bell.
First, I got to say that's a crazy story off the bat. Let's see. Hey, Ted, what are you thinking there, big guy?
I'm just thinking if they acquired it.
They literally snatched it off the side of the road. They saw it on the side of the road.
So that's why I'm going to go with raccoon.
Raccoon.
Okay.
Raccoon.
I still have a hard time. Look, they're Canadian. They're probably a little tipsy. I have a hard time hating these guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
they took the thing to Taco Bell. I'm going to go. I'll go cougar on this one, there, Tony.
With that, did you say this was in Canada, Thrill?
It's in Canada, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, well, come on, dude. We got to go with the big old moose knuckle then.
Moose it is.
The moose.
Oh, baby moose is still a big animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are these guys that take on a road trip and end up at Taco Bell? A baby bear, a baby moose, a baby cougar, or a baby raccoon? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories analyze this on Profile This. We had to Canada. Two men, they took an animal. They saw on the side of the road, little baby animal. And said,
Little
you know
baby.
We're going to put this one in the car. Take it on a little road trip. The little baby animal. And then they took it to Taco Bell. Question is, was it a baby bear, a baby moose, a baby cougar, or a baby raccoon?
And, Tony, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. He went with the old cougar, not a cougar. D. Ted Smith, you went with the old raccoon.
I thought it was raccoon.
Not a raccoon. Tony, that leaves you. You said it's Canada. They went with the moose. No.
No.
They went with the baby bear.
To Taco Bell.
All right, Ted, here's my question.
What is a baby bear going to Taco Bell? Well,
that's exactly what I was going. Yeah, like we snatched up a baby bear. Now we're going like, oh Christ, what were we thinking? But we're stopping at Taco Bell. Let's get something for the little fella.
You know what? I would get a party pack. It's got like soft tacos, hard tacos, and a couple bean burritos.
That bear would learn to love you. Like, all right, variety.
I feel like strangely, if there's one wild animal I could raise, it'd be a bear.
You know, it's weird because, you know, I get the Wildlife Protection Agency there is like, yeah, man, don't do that. You're giving a Taco Bell. Flip side of it, just real quick. Raccoons will eat your trash. I suspect a lot of us have Taco Bell in our trash. Bears, they'll eat your trash. Probably a lot of Taco Bell in there. Like, I feel like on some level they would be okay.
Yeah, maybe it's just because he was a baby and upset his stomach.
Churros for sure.
That ain't why. It's Taco Bell's why.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it Larry?
That's right there. It's all these guys have teams of talented writers helping come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke and from whom, or could it be a V. Ted Smith original?
Trojan condoms are being sued over having forever chemicals in their products. So whether you use them or not, you're going to have something forever.
V. Ted Smith.
Yep.
Seth.
A lawsuit was filed this week against the makers of Trojan condoms that claims their products are not safe because they contain forever chemicals. Wow. So whether you use them or not, you're going to have something forever.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but former Nirvana drummer and lead singer of the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, has announced he's having a child outside of his marriage in a heartfelt but obviously very personal post to social media. Now, if you look back at some of the lyrics of the Foo Fighters songs, you could, you know what? Never mind.
V. Ted Smith.
Yes.
Come on, Ted.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, well done.
Right?
Yeah.
I was kind of proud of that one again. Florida International University has the first robotic kitchen in the country with a robot named Bistro that can make about 70 different dish options and can cook up to as many as 4 meals at a time. So it's a parent.
Come on.
Fallon.
Go Bear.
Florida International University has now the first robotic kitchen in the country with a robot named Bistro that can make about 70 different dish options and can cook as many as 4 meals at a time. Got it. So it's a parent.
HBO is making a new Harry Potter TV series right now, and they're casting kids to play Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Yeah, a Harry Potter TV series. It's called Harry Potter and the Lack of New Ideas.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
That's Fallon.
HBO is making a new Harry Potter TV series, and right now they're casting kids to play Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Yep, a Harry Potter TV series. Yeah, it's called Harry Potter and the Lack of New Ideas.
All right, so the MTV Video Music Awards were last night.
I got to watch almost the whole thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I just finished Sonic 2 with the kids in the basement. And to continue my viewing pleasure, I got to walk upstairs and my wife was knee-deep in the Video Music Awards.
I will say they're usually a little looser than normal award show, and it could be a little more fun.
They're loose.
It's just tough because
I don't know who 80% of the people are, right? So that's basically it. The production was cool. It looked like a very fun time. The people that were very enthusiastic and like, I know who Katy Perry is. I know who Eminem is. I know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
Did you see my guy Teddy Swims? I think he performed last night.
I may have. I don't know, man. I mean, because they throw artists up there, which I do appreciate. There's a lot of, entertainment and all that. But I'm like, babe, honest to God, I've never heard
When I read the list of winners this morning, I thought, wow.
I was watching it, and I'm like, I don't know.
This won't shock you. Taylor Swift won a bunch of awards.
Not young.
Well, she showed up. That's half of
it. That's what my wife said at the end. She's like, Taylor Swift's going to win the whole thing. I said, man, how do you know? So when they ran through the list of video of the year, whatever, she goes, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here. I go, okay, you're right.
Yeah, video of the year and best collaboration for Fortnite featuring Post Malone. Well, it helps, too. Like, it's MTV. Those are two very popular artists.
Yeah.
You got to make a lot of money to do videos. You have to be very successful to be the level to do a video for a song.
I think
because they're just not really that exposed. I mean,
there's still a lot of videos, man. You got to keep in mind. There's a whole nother generation who they just don't go to TV.
Yeah, there's not.
They go to
TV.
YouTube.
But those videos, and trust me, I found that out last night. Like, good Lord, man. Okay.
Yeah, because even some of the local bands will do videos and stuff. And I used to say the same thing. I'm like, well, where are you putting it? Like, and they're like, oh, dude, put it up on YouTube. People love it.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of views there. Also, Post Malone, like that guy's always been kind of not an enigma. What do you call it when you can fit in with other group? Chameleon, yeah, right? So, like, he starts out pretty much kind of a rapper. Mm-hmm. Then he kind of did some rock stuff. So now he has this country album, which to his credit, I also think is smart that he put a lot of mainstream country artists on there.
Yes, he did.
So you already kind of like it. But I was reading something, I don't know, it was Chris Stapleton. Somebody was just writing up that, like, basically he went to Nashville and just spent a year or two down there, like immersing himself into the music, and then was like, all right, now I'm ready to write an album. So good on him. What's I going to say? Do you know what won Best Rock at the VMAs?
That I don't know.
Human, Lenny Kravitz.
I did see Lenny Kravitz perform.
Okay.
Just a funny side note about that, right? So, like anything, when they go to commercial break, they tease and they're like, coming up, rock icon, Lenny Kravitz. He did a little medley thing. Fine, whatever. When they show him walking into the venue, Lenny Kravitz looked as cool as he always does, okay? Got his black leather pants. He has like a black V-neck on. He's got the black leather coat. He's got the sunglasses. Like, he's just cooler than normal human beings. Just how it is. So I'm like, all right, he's going to perform it a little bit. Well, when he performs, he now has like these sparkly white bell bottoms on and kind of like this long fringe, kind of like armbands. I mean, he still looked cool, but I looked at my wife and I said, he might be the only human being on earth who looks that freaking cool just in real life, and then to perform actually changes.
Have you seen, I want to say, Miles, we were talking about this. I'm pretty sure he has admitted that he'll lift at the gym in his leather pants.
Yeah, he will, because he's on his way to go someplace.
Yeah. And then I saw a video of him. I don't know if he posted it, but everybody know, if you don't know, you know it by now. They're not around here, but Buc-ee's, right?
Yeah.
The giant truck stop that has the brisket sandwiches, brisket on the board, like all that stuff or whatever. And it's just a video of him hopping off his bus, going into Buc-ee's, but same thing. Leather pants, platform shoes. I mean, and it's just, I showed it to Mike. It's just Lenny Kravitz.
He's not sneaking around anywhere.
And the way he walks around is so confident. And people and he's just like, excuse me. And he grabs stuff. People are just kind of looking at him like, holy, yes, is that Lenny? It is Lenny Kravitz.
If you think it's Lenny Kravitz, it's Lenny Kravitz. I just could not believe he took the time to change his clothes to perform, which I'm like, most guys would show up looking like we look and then change to look like his street clothes to go perform.
Yeah. Or I'd show up just in sweats and then be like, I'm going to wait till I have to go on stage.
Basically, that's what he did, because keep in mind, leather pants are sweats to him. Dude goes on the treadmill in leather pants.
Lenny Kravitz also, to his credit, he comes off as just cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, not just, like, he's a cool dude, he's a rock star, but, like, I'm not a huge red wine drinker. But if he was like, hey, man, you want to come over and drink red wine? I'd be like, yeah.
I want to drink your red wine.
Well, he's good friends with Jason Momoa.
Yep.
Who dated his ex-wife. Or
Right.
married his ex-wife. Like, those kind of people where you go like, all right, you're obviously very confident. You're an adult. You're not on a juvenile level.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
And it's just cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's stick with music a little bit here. So last night I started a series on Netflix called Dirty Pop. Right? The boy band scam.
Ah, okay.
So do you guys remember Lou Pearlman?
Yes,
He was the guy that got in all the trouble.
Yeah, but
Lou Pearlman, though, right? He basically starts these bands, right? So he and he's kind of got, even though he's kind of a bigger dude, glasses. By the time we see him, he's already kind of balding, but he has a good personality, and he could, as people used to say, like he could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I was like, so he's very charming and stuff. He runs these he used to run blimps back in the day.
That was his thing.
Correct. He was very obsessed with this. So, like, he gets a team of people together. They're all in it together. Like, all the blimps start kind of crashing, whatever. He moves to Florida. But he mentions that he also ran these private jets. And he was like, look, we'd have every rock star you can imagine. But, like, when New Kids on the Block show up, he's like, how can these kids afford this jet?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we've sold this many records, made this much in sales, blah, blah, blah. So that's where he first gets the idea.
Okay.
So then he starts with the Backstreet Boys, right? Form the group. Also, I'm a massive boy band fan. It was kind of interesting to see how he got that group together. He had like AJ and a couple other guys. So Kevin, who's like the oldest one, he was like the fourth member in. And they're like, we need another guy. And he's like, I'm telling you, call my cousin. And his cousin ends up being Brian, Luttrell or whatever, who's like the fifth member.
Okay.
So they work nonstop, and they start going overseas. But again, they're starting these boy bands, right? This is the early, mid-'90s. So basically, the only thing you hear on the radio is either Alice in Chains or gangster rap.
Yeah.
So they're like, there's no spot on them so they go to Germany. Europeans are famous for their love of pop music. Mm-hmm. They get famous over there. And even though they're not big yet, he treats them first-class flights, private jets, right? They all have their own security guard. So you feel like you've already made it.
Yeah.
So then over time, like obviously the Backstreet Boys get huge. Before the Backstreet Boys are even at their highest, he starts making NSYNC because he's like, I need another band. There's going to be a challenge to them. So he owns them, right? But they start to realize that like all the money they're making, they're not getting paid much.
Of course.
Now they had no expenses this whole time. And they all go, look, without him, we wouldn't have careers. But they realized, so they both sue him to get out of their contracts or whatever. It turns out they had to give him $64 million.
Damn.
But he also is still he's the sixth member of those bands. So he still gets royalties. Then he starts all these other bands, Aaron Carter.
Yep.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the other ones, LFO.
98 Degrees, probably.
98 Degrees was not his, but I like that. Una Noche.
O-Town?
O-Town, right? Like making the band. So all these artists and young kids still want to go work with him. And he's still producing stuff, but he's just not paying him as much. And everybody thinks he has all this money. I haven't watched the third episode yet, but now it kind of turns out. And it's also weird because he is Jewish. But the guy he started his aerospace company with was a literal Nazi.
What?
Right. So that's why he was always taking them to Germany. So it turns out that he kind of really has no money. He's in debt to these Germans.
Oh, man.
And I'm very excited to see the last episode, but it's just crazy. And the stuff got bad. I mean, it got so bad because he would have, let's say Miles runs our security Miles would think he's doing the right thing. Like, Mom, you got to invest in Lou's company. And then none of these people would make money. The one guy ends up killing himself because he feels so
Jesus.
bad. I mean, it is a wild story. And also just how, these guys get there. We were talking earlier about a group of good-looking dudes that could sing, and he would take them everywhere. So it's a scam, but also he did help their careers.
Right.
Look, you don't have to like pop music. It's a very interesting watch, right? Dirty Pop.
Dirty Pop.
Yeah. And then tonight, before I watch the last episode of that, we'll watch a little Thursday Night Football. You got the Dolphins and the Bills.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
Our top story. It's that time of the year when we hear warnings for children and families to keep an eye on the candy that they get during the Halloween season due to widespread belief that nefarious individuals are compromising candy and fruits with drugs and razor blades. With that, we go to BC, Canada. A family is working to get the worst case scenario out of their minds after their 11-year-old daughter found something extra while making a smoothie. As she was putting blueberries into the blender, the young girl alerted her father to the small envelopes that she found inside of the blueberries. The man investigated, opening the quote-unquote envelopes to find old-school razor blades.
He was hoping he'd find Coke.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Right. They're glad that nothing happened, but they were left very concerned and in search of answers. The local Costco branch, which is where the berries were bought, is conducting an investigation to determine what happened, and the company has yet to comment on the situation. Costco's a good company. I wouldn't be shocked if, they probably use razor blades for a handful of different things. I think somebody had a package of them at some point in a factory, and
they were in envelopes, and then they were actually in resealable plastic bags inside of the envelope.
Right. Some factory worker dropped them into the doggone blueberries.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But still. Probably the best doggone blueberries that she puts into her smoothies, huh?
I'll just say that.
In other news, wine is about to get expensive. California Highway Patrol recently posted to social media informing commuters of possible traffic as a result of an earlier incident. There was an accident involving two semis and a pickup truck that resulted in one of the semis spilling its contents all over the road, an entire truckload of grapes. Beyond that, efforts to recollect the grapes were devastated as motorists moving past the accident managed to crush much of the fruit into the road. Crews are working to remove the mess, and an investigation is underway. Nobody was injured, and they don't suspect alcohol was a factor at the moment.
I get this stuff happens all the time, man.
It does.
People running over the grapes. Well, they're driving.
And I feel like we never get an accident, where somebody was hauling freight from one side to the other that we honestly don't really care about.
Right.
It's always beer, it's grapes.
Ranch dressing.
Right. Oh, God, the ranch dressing.
Yeah. That's a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I do remember that one. The grapes would be bad just because it's going to get sticky. There's going to be all kinds of nasty all over the doggone road. Yeah, right. It's going to get bad out there. And I mean what I say. Wine's going to get expensive. Or at least the grapes are, man. It's going to happen. Mark my doggone words. Apologies. To Colorado, where golfers were treated to an interesting sight. Authorities arrived on the scene after reports that a small engine airplane took off from a nearby airport and immediately suffered complications. Within minutes, the plane had inverted and was bound to crash on the nearby golf course, eventually coming to a crashing halt on the 7th tee box. Though one person was treated at the scene for minor injuries, nobody was hurt in the incident.
Damn.
You got to play through, dude. Airplane or not.
That's probably one of my worst.
Or play it as it lies.
Yeah, there you go. Play it as it lies. Probably one of my worst nightmares. I'm a man that hates heights. I get on planes aplenty. There are 2 times that I'm nervous when I'm flying, and it is during takeoff and it is during landing, even though it's not all that much. But I feel like anytime you're wobbling a bit too much, you get some unnecessary dips and turns and whatnot. For that thing to invert,
yeah,
I don't go
a bit much.
I don't think I've been on a roller coaster that's gone upside down.
Really?
Ever.
I mean, on a roller coaster, you barely notice it because they're going so fast.
So fast, yeah.
But yeah, to be that's a nightmare. It's upside down,
right?
And it's just that little lap belt. You don't even have like a real harness like you do on a roller coaster.
Though what's weird is I feel like I wouldn't mind going inverted in one of those jets. You know, you see people that get to fly in the jets all the time.
Yeah,
they just basically when they invert, it's almost just as easy as a quick little movement.
Sure.
Like the plane does not care that it's upside down.
Right. Those planes are designed to like, whatever you want to do.
Exactly. But yeah, inverted. I don't want to do that. I'm not okay with that. But just in case those stories like me left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Thank you, Alan. Right here at home in Mukilteo, Washington, the local fire department has a new member. With growing awareness concerning public mental health, studies have shown an increased need to mental health care in first responders and EMS workers, which brings us to Amani. Amani is a young Bernedoodle who is currently receiving specialized training with the First Responders Therapy Dogs organization. The organization is responsible for providing more than 200 support animals to first responders across 37 states. The department says that Amani will help manage work-related stress, trauma, and stimulation.
I love it. That's a cute-looking dog.
It is a very cute
and
dog.
that's super good, man. I don't think people realize how much like firemen and EMTs deal with. You know what I mean? Like your job is emergencies and saving lives. Like that's
horrific things.
That's tough to deal with.
There was I remember one time I was coming home from an auction with a whole group of us. I was still kind of a learner at that point, and as we were coming into the town, there was flashing lights all over the place. There was cops and there was firefighters up there. There was clearly an accident up there.
Yeah.
And as we were slowing down because they were not going to let us pass, the guy who was driving the car, he's a good friend I've known him my entire life. As he was slowing down, he knew the firefighter that was coming up, or the cop, whichever it was, that was coming up to talk to us. The glazed look on that man's face.
Oh, really?
Of like, yeah, we've got a double casualty here. We need to turn you around. Like he saw horrific things.
Okay.
So having animals out there to kind of help aid that, and also take this opportunity to invite everybody to listen to I'm Listening on Wednesday, September the 25th.
Nice work.
That we broadcast out here. It's just we need to talk about these things. We need to get these things out in the open. So just going to put that out there. Men's Room Sports. The Mariners kept the fight alive against the Padres last night with a good showing by Brian Wu. They walked away with a 5-2 win to end the series with a tie. Did you guys see his shoes? Brian Wu's shoes?
Those were awesome.
He had Ric Flair shoes. Brian Wu had Ric Flair shoes.
That's perfect, man.
Which were also retweeted by Ric Flair after he saw those out there. Gotta love it. We've got another opportunity.
And hey, the 2 wins out of 2 out of 3 in the Vetter Cup.
There you go. Exact. Yeah. Hell yeah. We've got another opportunity tonight for insurance in the division as the Texas Rangers are in town tonight for a 4-game series. Game starts tonight at 6:40 en route with Bryce Miller out on the mound. You've also got football on the night. There also is a college game on, Ted. Over on ESPN. Arizona State versus Texas State is currently underway. And Thursday night football is back. The Miami Dolphins are hosting the Buffalo Bills. That game already underway on Amazon Prime. Tyreek Hill needs to not do anything. Bench his ass. Handcuff him if you need to. Get him off the field. As far as your weather, clouds are getting serious tonight. Expect an overcast sky to bring the temperatures down to about 55, which brings us to tomorrow looking like a cloudy day with some light winds and a high right around 67. Going to be a nice one. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you for the weekend. Ted versus the FCC and a bad choice Friday. The lovely Jolene is up next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.